Well, you know what's going to happen today, people. Welcome to the Micks Mowers live stream show. Hope you're doing well. I am Micks Mowers, and tonight is the Saturday night, as I promised you, celebrity special. I have a couple of guests already in my basement. They're absolutely itching to get up here. I've got 141 in the chat after 2.5 minutes of running the stream. Absolutely fantastic. Never seen numbers like that on my stream before. So that is all due to the dedication and work of my celebrity guest panelists that are coming up. They've been sharing out onto their streams, doing as much hard work as me to make sure that this stream is as successful as it possibly can be. So first of all, I do have moderators in my chat. Let me get my chat up and running. Now, you will notice that my chat is actually on slow-mo mode at the moment. Unfortunately, I can't go to the top of the chat because you guys have been in here for about an hour and a half, yakking away to each other and talking away. So the chat is on slow mode. It's just to give other people a chance to get into the chat, and you can't type it like every 20 seconds. If the chat goes too busy with 165 in the house, then I shall increase the slow mode up until about 30 seconds, just to make sure my moderators can keep up, because we don't have no more than 2 emojis, no capital letters unless it is your channel name, and no obscenities, no swear words, bad language, any of that, and my moderators will just literally take you out. They'll delete it, they'll tell you off first, give you a little warning shot over the old bow. Once that's been done, if you continue to do so, they will then delete your comment. If you then continue to do so, they will then time you out, and you'll be out for 5 minutes. And if you're really, really offensive, they're just literally going to hide you from a channel, and that's you done for the night. Okay, so be warned. The moderators are in blue, and they will, if need be, they will definitely take you out. Okay, because I run a nice clean stream. 4.5 minutes and 184 in the house. 184 people watching this bald tattooed fat mechanic lawnmower bloke on a live stream. I cannot believe it. This is absolutely crazy. My head is already sweating through wearing this silly hat, but there you go. So for those of you that are panelists and you are in the chat, now is the time for you to come into the basement, hit the link that I emailed you with, and come on up. If you don't have the link, just let me know, and I can put the link out to you, no problem at all. The link is there for people that I've invited onto the panel initially. If anyone else comes up into the basement and they're not invited initially, you'll be kicked out of the basement until after the show is finished, or until people start to dissipate. So I do already have 2 down in the basement, as I say. Just waiting for 1 or 2 more to turn up. So if you are in the chat, or you are indeed watching, now's the time to do it. Come into the basement, share it out on your Instagram, your Facebooks, your Twitters, all that stuff, all your community tabs. Share it out. Let them know that you are live on the Micks Mowers platform. And hopefully we'll get a few more in here. After 5 minutes of me yakking already, we're up to 185 in the house. Absolutely fantastic. Cannot wait to start. Thank you to Jason Hughes for giving me a PayPal money donation towards the channel. He gave me a nice little donation there. Thank you very much indeed. Can I please ask some of my moderators to run some links for me? For those that are in the channel, Pete Froud, if you can please run the Taryl Fixes All link and run that sporadically throughout the chat for me. Fun thing to do with tech, can you please run Mowers and Blowers link throughout the chat for me, sporadically for me? Making sure that link is also pushed out. Can we also have, let's pick another moderator. Who else we got here? Tim the Cutter Man, if you're hanging about, please, can you please run Zippo Varga's link for me? And as the other ones come on in, I'll dish out some more as we go. Which is good. Ed, let me give you a moderator spanner too. That chat's already rocking. I can't keep up already, so this is going to get beyond my joke already. 199 in the chat, nearly 200. Give us some thumbs up, please, people. Be much appreciated. I do work very, very hard to try and get a good stream for you, and I believe, if my records have it straight, we've actually managed to achieve that already this week. We've had a couple of run-ups to it, and now the dividends is now paying off. We've now got over 200 people in this stream. Never been seen before on the Micks Mowers show. So thank you very much indeed. I'll go through some of the chat who's here. BS Small Engines in the house. How you doing, Brandon? Nice to see you. How you doing, Jason? Nice to see you. James, how are you doing? How you doing, Phil? Nice to see you. Pull a Bear, Ed's also in the house. Sally Boy, how are you doing? Edward, how are you doing? Nice to see you. Scott Keller, how are you doing? Terry Baker, how are you doing? Boneyard Garage also in the house. Roger's in the house. We've got Danny's also in the house. Mr. Mowers and Blowers is in the house. I can see you down there already, Henry. Gravely's in the house. How are you doing? David Young, how are you doing? Scott Shed, how are you doing, buddy boy? Nice to see you. How do I send donations? You can do it 2 ways. You can either send me a PayPal, up to you, or down the bottom of the comments section on the YouTube chat, there'll be a little $ beside where it says comments to the right-hand side of it. you can run a little super chat in there if you feel free to do so. You don't have to do so. Just please remember that I don't tolerate capital letters or any more than 2 emojis in my chat, because it is classed as a form of spam on YouTube, and I don't want this stream to get closed down just for the simple sake of capital letters. I can read the chat anyway, not a problem if it's in lowercase. How you doing, Gary? Nice to see you, mate. I hope you're doing well. I believe you sent me an email today, Gary. I saw that. Gordo, how are you doing? Neil F. Small Engines, how are you doing? Nick, how are you doing, mate? Nice to see you. Square Shane, how are you doing, mate? Nice to see you. Thanks for popping on in. Joseph Bell, Helen Padre, how are you doing? Nice to see you. This chat is rocking and rolling, rocking and rolling. Ali Matt Mechanicals in the house. Lawnmower Detectives in the house. Ken Small Engines in the house. Naps, how are you doing? Nice to see you. Crypto Cryptillions is also in the house. David's in the house. 2 Davids in the house. How are you doing? Jeff's in the house too. Harry, how you doing, mate? I did see a photograph today, Harry, of your new chainsaw stand. Looks very good indeed. Ken Small Engines also in the house. Congratulations, Ken, for reaching your 1,000 subscribers. Andrew Throne's in the house. Annie's in the house. Another Annie's in the house. Klaus is in the house. Klaus, your guess what it is competition prize will be posted next week, my friend. I'd already sent the stuff away beforehand. Banner Mud Mowers also in the house. Raphael Scrapper's in the house. How are you doing? Nice to see you. Thanks for coming in. David Small Engines, how are you doing, my friend? Nice to see you. AJP, how are you doing? Nicky Walsh, how are you doing, buddy friend? Nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. Trucking Matt's also in the house. Keep that chat rolling. Says, I don't want to miss no one out. Henry, how are you doing? Nice to see you. Mendit Man, how are you doing? Luke, nice to see you. Go and check out Mendit Man. Fantastic channel. Andrew, that's you. Andrew is the one who gave me some stick on Mowers and Blowers channel just the other week. I did spot that, Andrew. Henry was very kind to show me the comment via email. You have been grassed up by Mr. Mowers and Blowers for giving me stick. So it will be paid back to you at some point, Andrew. No problem at all. Small Engines, thank you very much for that $5 super chat. All right to start the game. Yeah, let's talk about it. Jason Shoes also in the house. How are you doing? Nice to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Mr. Pete Froud. Mr. Pete Froud is also the man that gave us so much help to get this stream up and running. So give us a big up for Pete Froud. Much appreciated. Double Wide 6 is in the chat. You should be in the basement, Double Wide 6. Hit the link, Double Wide, and come on up. Come on up. Double Wide's in the house. Fantastic. Cars Exposed. How you doing, buddy boy? 224 in the chat. Absolutely. Rocking and rolling, people. Rocking and rolling. Cannot believe it with 224 in the chat. Give us some thumbs up. Show your appreciation for all the hard work that's gone into this stream, because it has been a lot of hard work, I'm telling you. Mr. Zippo Varga's in the chat, also in the basement. I can see him there. He sat back there with his pipe and with his slippers on. Fantastic to see. I've got Henry Mowers and Blowers. Now, Henry isn't at all nervous, okay? It's his first stream. He's not nervous, so don't give him too much stick when he comes up, right? He'll be fine. Helen Padre, how are you? Nice to see you. Dick Small Engines, how are you doing, buddy boy? Nice to see you. 228 in the chat. Now's the time, people, to share this out on all your platforms, okay? If you've got Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever it is you use, copy the URL link up the top. And just let them know that Mowers and Blowers and Zippo Varga, Taryl Fixes All, Double Wide 6, Bruce Pender, Retro Restore. Oh my God, I'm running out of people who else have got on here. The Mower Medic, Taryl Fixes All. They're all going to be coming up here. Steve Small Engines coming up onto this panel for the Micks Mowers pre-Christmas live stream. Now, there's lots of things going around the world at the moment, which is really causing a lot of problems and making people feel depressed and mental health and all the rest of it. This stream is designed to do the exact opposite. Okay, this stream is designed to lift it up. The Lawnmower Detectives just give me a whacking $20 super chat. Thank you very much indeed, my friend. Much appreciated. This stream is designed to lift the spirits, people. It's nearly Christmas. We're nearly there. The UK is just going to hit with a massive lockdown coming up, and it's all doom and gloom everywhere. But this stream is designed to lift those spirits up. So feel free, people, to say hello to each other, check each other's channels out, and what have you. So that's that. So what sort of week have I had? Well, actually, I've had a bit of a quiet week, to be fair. I haven't been doing a great deal. I'm going to take my hat off because I haven't got no hair, and there's a lot of ventilation comes out of here. So I'm going to change it over for a Micks Mowers cap. I much prefer a cap. I've got Jungle Bob. Thank you very much for a $2 super chat. Much appreciated. So I was working on a cylinder mower this week. However, it needs spare parts, and those parts will not be in until around about Christmas. I have done 2 or 3 other videos, literally, of presents that you guys have sent myself and my little Riley boy for the festive season. And may I just say, the generosity has absolutely overwhelmed me, and I'm not joking. I've got another 2 videos to come out of people that have sent stuff. And I think to count, without the other videos, or including the videos that have come in, Riley boy is currently up to 148 Kinder eggs. 148 of them he's got. So we're having to put him onto this ration basis, which is roughly 1 a day. And we figure by June, he should be out of it. So thank you very much for those. Bill, thank you very much for a $4 super chat, a $4.99 super chat. Much appreciated, my friend. How you doing, Jeff? How you doing, Nicholas? Nice to see you, my friend. 241 in the chat. Absolutely fantastic. Red Egg Mowers, how are you doing? And Nottingham Hill Forest Forever, how are you doing? Nice to see you. Just Do It, how are you doing? Boneyard Garage and Bama Mud Mowers, how are you doing? Justin the Tractor Kid, how are you doing? Nice to see you. Nice new channel there. How are you doing, Stanley? Nice to see you. And Mr. Mark White. Way to go, Riley. He's going to turn into an egg, I'm telling you. So, yeah, the week's been very, very quiet, actually. I haven't had a lot move in or out. I've been doing a bit of work in the shed, just a bit of detailing stuff and working on my own little projects, just to try and keep my brain busy. Small Engine Nation, have you heard we're planning a $1,000 super chat for Dick? Yeah, that would be lovely. So, as I say, I'm waiting on parts of some machines and what have you, and I'm on wind down, people, right? Because I've got a few videos lined up. And I don't necessarily need to be pumping out the videos and working down here as hard as I need to. I have got some in backlog, so I am just taking my time and doing what I need to do. Brandon, hit me up your email. A lot of accessories. Okay, you're chatting there. Thumbs up for Mick, please. How are we doing on thumbs up? Let's have a quick little sneaky peek, shall we? Hopefully we've got a few in here. Let's have a little look. Let me just refresh this. I'll give a little bit of feedback. Let's get rid of that. We've got 137 thumbs up. Absolutely fantastic. I've got 2 lost souls at sea. That's not a problem. We don't mind 2 lost souls at sea. So, as I say, we've got a nice big packed crowd tonight. I've got 2 in the basement already. They're itching to get up here. I have seen Bob Double-Wise6. He's probably in the chat and can't find his link, but he will be coming up, no doubt, at some point. Probably just grabbing a nice cup of coffee and what have you. How you doing, Ethan? Nice to see you, mate. Hope you're doing well. I've got Zippo Varga down here, just waiting for Taryl Fixes All and the gang. Thank you, Just Jeff. £5 super chat there. Absolutely fantastic. Much appreciated, my friend. Like the lights behind you, says Andrew. Andrew, I'm not talking to you, mate. You've been stabbing me from behind on Mowers and Blowers. I see that happening. I've been told. Not a problem, my friend. Andy, have you got stickers, mate? I did see that Henry got a sticker off you, and I haven't got one yet. I like to go on my toolbox with, buddy. Very much appreciated. I've got Klaus has given me a 75 DKK. That's Denmarkish, I suppose. Whatever that equates to. Way to go, Mick. Yeah, thank you very much indeed. 240 in the house. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to slowly start to bring some people up now. Not everyone's here yet, and as I did say on the stream, I cannot guarantee everyone will show. Okay, because fundamentally, I got £10 super chat there from AJP. Much appreciated, my friend. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much indeed. I know that Bruce has had an eye operation, and I did email Bruce the other day, and he says things are quite fuzzy. So I don't know if Bruce is going to turn up or not. I haven't seen him in the chat. Hopefully, he will turn up. But we'll see how it goes. I did say to the guys that it'd be 7 o'clock kickoffs when I open the gates of hell up and let everybody else out. I know that some of you guys in America have now got lots of snow, so you're probably stuck in traffic or that, or trying to get a snowblower off of Henry, but it's probably sold out, so he's probably tapping up Jason from Patty's Performance for some more snowblowers. Snowblowers, sorry. So I've got some people down here, which is fantastic. Willie K's also in the house. Johnny's in the house. How are you doing? 248 in the house. Absolutely fantastic numbers. Andy, yeah, Mick, you can have a sticker. Email your address. Can you email me? That'd be easier. If I just put my email up for you, buddy boy. There's my email. Bomb. There you go. There's my email address. Email me up, Andy boy, and when you send me a whatever, we're doing an exchange and go from there. Mate. That'd be cool. Much appreciated. I'll leave it there for a little while, mate, just as I'm chatting through. Hopefully that speed to that chat is doing okay. It is a little bit high. How do I get into the basement? I'll put the link into the basement, into the chat for you there, Mr. Mower Medic. I did send you via email on your messenger, but what I do is I'll put it in the chat. Now, anyone else comes into this basement, they'll just be kicked straight out. I need to keep the basement clear for other people. So, Mr. Mower Medic, the link to the basement is in the chat now. Just tap on that link, get yourself sorted out, and come down to the basement and sit beside Henry. He's got a chair waiting for you with a nice cold beer. Dirt Rider, how are you doing? Nice to see you. Doug's Garage, how are you doing? Nice to see you. 250 in the house. Absolutely smashed it after 16 minutes. 50 people in my house. I cannot believe it. Someone's just said, hi, Musty One. Do we have Musty One in the house? You're joking me, right? Musty One's also in the house. Musty One, there's the link for you if you want to come up as well, buddy boy. So we actually have a surprise guest, and that is Musty One has appeared. Now, I was under the impression that chat is flying, is it? Okay, right. Let me just slow it down a touch more for you. I can do that. Let's go to 25 seconds and see if that helps you out. Let me just save that. I might just slow the chat down a little bit more for the moderators. So I want to see who's commenting. I don't know what Henry's doing. Henry's doing his own recording here on his GoPro. So I slowed down it even more, that chat. Now, it will be a little bit annoying for you guys trying to get your chat in, but the reason I've slowed it down is so we can read the chat. If I don't do it, I've got 250 in the house. If I don't do it, that chat's just going to go bosh, okay? So Musty1 has turned up, surprise guest, which is fantastic. And we also have Mower Medic in the house also, and somewhere it's double wide 6. Hi, need the link. Yeah, the link is just there, Musty. Let me put it in again for you, mate. There's the link coming up now. Double wide 6 is coming on into the stream. Hiya, Bob. I can see you, mate. Nice to give a little wave, Bob. There's Bob. You can't hear you yet, Bob. I can see you there, buddy. Give me a little wave, Bob. There's Bob. I can see him. Right. Okay. There's the link for you, Musty1 as well. So share this out on your platforms, people, please. This has never been seen before. I'm telling you, this has never been seen before, and it may be a little while before you see this happen again. Now, we do also have Retro Restore popping at some point as well, so my panel's going to be over full, so we're going to have to rotate it a little tiny bit to get the people up. So, without further ado, shall we bring some people up? Let's do that, shall we? You're not here to look at me, right? Trust me. I've got 258 in the house. Give us some thumbs up, please. It'd be much appreciated. Give us some thumbs up. So, first person to come up will be the most nervous person you've ever met in your entire life. He is Mr. Henry from Mr. Mowers and Blowers. Up you come, my friend. Up you come. How you doing, H?
How you doing? It's Henry and Mowers and Blowers.
Oh, there he is. Oh, I knew it would go wrong straight away. How you doing, H?
I'm doing great, Nick. Thanks for inviting me. It's great to be here. It's great to see all my subscribers on here too. Thanks for coming along, guys.
Absolutely epic. Mick, are you putting in a pop-out chat or directly StreamYard? The pop-out chat. I'm doing pop-out chat, Scotty. But chat is moving though. I must admit the chat is moving. So, H, have you got snow over there? I see you had a little bit the other day.
Well, okay, so in Long Island, right, we got about 6 inches. And my mom, who some of you guys know lives in New York City, Queens is what it's called, the county. She actually got a foot of snow. Now, traditionally, wow, the city doesn't usually get that much snow.
Okay.
But this time in Long Island, only 6 inches because it's just the way the storm went. You know, it moved up the coast and more of a western, you know, because Long Island is literally an island, you know, and so is Manhattan, where New York City is. And so they actually got about a foot of snow. But where Jason and I live in central Long Island, only about 6 inches. But I'll tell you, even with the 6 inches, it was enough to get my juices pumping because I was able to actually try my tractor with a plow, which I've never, ever, you know, tried before. And there was a little bit of a learning curve, but you know what? I got to tell you, it's a lot of fun to drive a tractor with a plow, to plow snow as opposed to snow blowers. I mean, you know, like what Jason said on this morning's stream was that you can't displace the snow. When you're pushing the snow, it's got to go somewhere. You got to put it somewhere, right? And if there's nowhere to put it, you're going to have a problem. But the snow blowers, you can blow them on your lawn or something. But nevertheless, it was a great time. I was out there for like 3-4 hours, and I made a video on it. Yeah, coming Tuesday.
We'll be checking it out. Okay, so without further ado, someone else has been down here from the start. He's been itching to get up here. I know he's got a little bottle of Plonk as well for Celebratory, and that is Mr. Zippo Varga.
Hey, gang. What's happening? And
right here, Zip?
I've got some old world livery here. This is mead that was given to me. So we're all going to try it together. I've heard a bunch of people over there in the chat saying they've got all their livery beverages in their possession. So I figured I would go ahead and join in this time. I'll go ahead and partake just a little bit. Even got my stemless wine glass in case I get a little bit too much in me. I won't have to worry about, you know, knocking it over and breaking the stem off of it. So really looking forward to this. Let's bring the next panel member up.
Yeah, I need to just try and add this because apparently there's a glitch. There's a glitch at the moment with the pop-out chat. So let me put the link into the StreamYard chat. Apparently that should work better. Let me just check if that's working. Yeah, there's a link there. So next person coming up, I know he's a little bit shy, but I do love him. He's a fantastic fella. Come on up, Mr.
Come on, Bob.
Double
Come on, Bob.
Wide 6. There he is. Hey,
There's
Bob.
my brother.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, loud and clear, baby. Loud and clear.
Hi, Henry. How
Bob.
you guys doing?
Hi, Zip.
Good. It's great to see you. And this is your first live. You got a hold of me a while back, wondering how can I do. I just don't feel like I've got the personality to go live. Well, this is a perfect break-in, perfect icebreaker for you right here.
Oh, I tell you, all you need is Micks Mowers to break the glass. I'm telling you, that's all you need down here.
Well, that's what we have going on today. Thanks for setting this up, Mick. This is awesome.
No worries. Klaus, my friend, this panel is for my guest appearances first, mate. A bit later on, I'll invite everybody else up, mate. But you can't fill up my my basement there, buddy boy. No worries, Bob. Absolutely a privilege to have you up here, my friend.
Thank you.
Now, the next person to come up here, I know I didn't think I'd be seeing him, but he has actually decided to come on up. Mr. Bruce Pender.
Hey, Bruce.
There's my brother from the north. How's the eyes
There
doing?
he is.
There.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm not seeing you guys. I got a stream.
Oh, your audio is absolutely
Yeah,
shocking.
yeah,
Mine or yours? You want me to turn my
Yours.
mic down?
it's really muffled and
Yeah, it's
echo.
muffled. It might be your beard.
Oh, is that any better? Roger, 1, 2, 3. I'll start over.
I can hear you, Bruce, but it's nowhere near as good as it should be.
Oh, okay. Just a moment, please.
Try unplugging it, Bruce, and putting it back in again, baby.
If you're on a laptop, try just unplugging it all together and see how
Okay, I brought it back. Is that any better? No,
We'll
right?
try that.
Let me do some technical work. I'll come back in a bit.
Okay, Bruce, yeah, no worries, mate. That's fine. No worries. Next person needs no introduction. He spends half his time on his videos getting absolutely smashed out of his head, and that is Mr. Steve's Small Engines. How you doing, Steve?
Hey guys, what's up?
What's up,
What's that?
Steve?
This is cool.
I
Been
got
looking
it.
forward to this one for a long time.
unprecedented.
And someone who has not ever graced my panel, and that is Mr. Musty One.
There,
Hey guys,
God.
I feel real small. Everybody else is all close to the screen. Hold on. There you
come
go.
on, get up there, get up there.
How's it sound? Can you hear me?
There you go.
Hey, this is fun.
Yeah,
Be great.
I think we got about everyone in.
Darren, real quick, I work on 2 king midgets on a regular basis. I know them inside and out, top to bottom, left to right, and I can get all kinds of parts for them. Hit me up an email.
Awesome. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, that went up to the attic for a little while. I was trying to chase down some parts. It seems like it's missing a lot. So
Yeah.
not on the table though.
Paul over in Ohio actually bought the old plant, which had a whole bunch of parts stocked in it already, and we'll be able to get you hooked up with some of the things that you're missing, like your double clutch system on your double pulley system,
Yeah.
where the pulleys are separated.
The
I've
generator setup.
and the starter generator setup I can help you with. You're running the distributor in Wisconsin. Is that engine going to be viable?
I think so. It runs.
That's all you need. That's all you
Yeah.
need. And that's
Yeah.
enough. Huh? Go ahead.
I gotta watch you don't step on each other. I noticed it had some like brake parts in there. I'm not quite sure what they use for like wheel cylinders and master cylinder. I would think they're off of a production vehicle of some sort. So just getting that info.
Itty bitty guys, yeah.
Yeah, brake shoes.
And I'm breaking the rules because Mick said no shop talk. So
No. Do you know what? We've just come across. I don't know if you're hearing that, but that's a massive rainstorm in my in our part of the country. So it's huge. Let me just bring up whilst I got a little tiny gap in the air there from Zippo. Let me just bring up someone who needs no introduction, Mr. Mower Medic. There he is.
Hey,
What's up,
Hey.
Jeremy?
Jeremy.
Oh,
No, he's gone.
Playing
Well,
peekaboo.
that was very, very short and sweet.
yeah.
But hopefully my internet will hold up because, as I say, it has just come in. I wasn't expecting this weather, and it is absolutely torrential rain hitting my roof. Thank you, Polar Bear Ed, for that $10 super chat. So I must say, Musty, was not expecting you until about 2.5, 3 hours ago. I know Pete got hold of you, and I was like, "You're joking? How's that going to work?" But I'm absolutely honoured to meet you, sir. Thank you very much for gracing my little tiny channel over here in the UK. Put your feet up and relax, and I do fully appreciate you coming up, my friend. Bruce, I know that you've not been very well, my buddy boy, and it wasn't guaranteed you were going to be here, but hey, you looks like you're going to push through and soldier on for your little fan club you got going there. It's nice to see Bob, who's going to be talking away. You're not going to get a word in with Bob because Bob just likes to talk all day long. Is that right, Bob?
You got it.
3 words.
Klaus,
We got 3 words. We're going to have to keep
Klaus, can you refrain from coming to the basement, mate? You're filling my basement up, mate. I've got people trying to come on in here. Mr. Mower Medic, have you sorted yourself out now?
I think it's working, buddy.
That's right. You got it, mate. You're away. 293 in the house. Absolutely fantastic. And this is all down to the work that you guys have put in to come up on this little tiny show for Micks Mowers pre-Christmas party. It's just literally a collaboration of some of the best YouTubers within our circle. Do what we do, whether it be flipping machines, whether it be technical stuff, whether it be just trying to bring stuff back from the dead, or whatever it is. You are surrounded by people that follow you and would literally walk on water to come and get to you. So this stream has been dedicated to you guys for your fans. So I do humbly appreciate every single one of you for taking the time out of your day to come up on this little channel here to come and say hi and wish everybody a Merry Christmas.
We appreciate it very much.
Same here.
Merry Christmas to everybody on the chat and in the panel.
Okay, I switched mics. I had the mic on my speakers instead of on my headset. Is this better?
I will say, Bruce, it's nowhere near as good as what it normally is.
Yeah.
Even with this headset,
There's a big echo.
It sounds like you're in like a big tube.
Huh. Well,
in like a big MRI scanning machine. That's what it sounds like.
You know me, I just hate things that aren't perfect. So let me just work on it. Boost input.
Bruce, try using it without the mic piece. See what that does, buddy.
Oh, that'll be worse, but let me try that.
Give it a go, babe. Give it a go. See what happens.
Yep.
Give it a go. Henry is like a little jack in a box. Henry's going up and down like a fiddler's elbow. We've also now got somebody else coming in.
Way down, right?
It's about the same, Bruce.
Here we go. We got somebody who also needs no introduction at all. We also have Mr. Retrorestore, Mr. Martin Butler. There he is.
Hello, folks. Happy days.
Martin,
how you doing? Merry Christmas, Martin.
G'day.
Hey, folks. Bruce, it sounds like you're hitting the bucket, mate.
I know. Is that any better?
No, it's worse.
Bruce, you working out of your shed or what?
Yeah. Hey, guess what? I'm an old telephone technician, so shame on me. I'll be back. You can bump me out if you want.
I'll drop you down for a minute, Bruce. Give me a little wave when you're ready, mate. Give me a little holler. Let me drop you down. Give me a wave when you're ready, buddy. That's it. So we've got one more person coming up a bit later on, by the looks of it. So let's start it off. What we're not going to do, what I don't want to do, I don't want this this chat to be how do you fix this? What is a valve guide clearance for that? What is the torque specifications? But that's not what I'm after. What I'm after today is just a relaxed, put your feet up. Let's just talk about how your channels have gone. What's been your accomplishments? What does Christmas look like for you guys? What are you looking forward to? What are your feelings for next year? How you think your channel is progressing? That's what I'm after. I'm not after all the small engine talk because they can get that every single day of the week from any one of you guys by watching one of your videos, right?
You want to start in order of how we're laid out on the screen there, or how do you want to do it?
Yeah, let's do that. So first of all, Zip, let's go with you. What do you think, Zip, has been your biggest accomplishment this year so far?
Still being able to walk and talk and kick my own butt. I've had 3 surgeries this year, and I'm still kicking. So, Yeah, it's been a year. Those of you that follow my channel and have been following along, you're probably tired of hearing me griping. And it really hadn't been any griping. It's just the facts. But I've had 2 back surgeries and I had this shoulder rebuilt. But all's well with the world. I'm up and running again, feeling better. I know that Darren had back surgery here 3 years ago, and he's doing really well. I'm glad to see that. Every time I see you pick something up, I wince. It's awful. I'm like, oh, Darren, no.
I get it from family members too. So
yeah, but it's all going great. Accomplishments this year. Well, I picked up the 1975 G20 van, which was a huge find. I picked up the Vespa. So you got competition there, Musty. I picked me up a Vespa too. It's 1979 Piaggio. But I've just been super grateful for not COVID, but the recognition that I think everybody's channel has gotten as a result, because of all the people that sat at home who had nothing to do. By the good graces, we have YouTube, and we've all been able to contribute to people's entertainment. And I think that goes throughout the entire panel, that it has really helped all of our subscribers and more to expand their horizons and to get to know new people.
Fantastic. Okay, cool. Bob, what does Christmas look like for you this year?
For me,
Christmas is going to be a little bit different. You know, we are school teachers. My wife's a teacher. I'm a teacher. My brother-in-law's a teacher. My sister's a teacher. So there's a lot of teachers in the family, and we all work at different schools. So this is going to be the first Christmas where we're not actually able to get together. So we will probably have some sort of a Zoom meeting. My brother recently hasn't been in the best of health. So, you know, that's kind of emotionally getting to me. And, you know, like I'm hoping that this is a good Christmas. I know it's going to be for my kids. This year for us has been a kind of a tough year. You know, working with kids in school, and, you know, I work mainly with middle school kids, and just, you know, there's a lot of emotions going on with COVID, with everything just going on in our society, whether it's who you're voting for or, you know, whatever's going on. You're just hearing all kinds of different stuff, and you don't know what's true and who to believe. And it's been a good year to really open up with people and try and talk to people and just step back and be a little more relaxed. As far as YouTube, I've had a good year here. I've been pretty busy in my shop. I've come to learn a lot of different things from many of the people here on the panel. It's really great to be a part of this. And, you know, you guys out there that are chatting along with us, I would say these are some great channels to subscribe to if you don't know who they are, but you probably do. And, you know, a lot of the learning I've done on YouTube in the last 8 years, I've learned from the people right here on this panel. Some great channels, and I'm looking for a really positive 2021. And, you know, most of all, I know a lot of you guys are following. My son has been in remission for 3 years, about 3.5 years. And yeah, thank you. You know, that's really my main worry. And I know everyone has problems that they deal with, but we're doing really well. And, you know, there's a lot going on right now in the world, but we all stick together and work together. Things are going to work out real well. And I'm just happy to have a great panel of guys that, you know, ever need to talk to. I know either any of you guys out there would be there for me, and same for me. So good talking to everyone. And I'm going to pass it on. Thanks, Nick.
Fantastic. No worries. Fantastic. We're much in the same boat over here. We just had, in fact, Martin would probably tell you we've had some grave news over the past hour and a half. But next on the list will be Mr. Mower Medic. Jeremy, how are you doing, my friend? Nice to see you.
It's good to see you too, buddy. How you doing?
Oh, you know me. I'm just winging it. Just push the live button and hope for the best. You know. But so how are you doing? How are you doing? What's Christmas going to look like for you? And what's been your accomplishment?
Ever since we've been on the lockdown in the very beginning of the year, everything's been, everything's been super good. I was fortunate enough to not have. I mean, I wasn't able to go to my job, but I was still drawing a paycheck, so that was a definite plus. Plus, the time that I was off, we were able to do a lot more YouTube-wise, and the subscribers have just gone through the roof. Like Double Y6 said, everybody's sitting at home not doing anything. Obviously, they're going to be on YouTube and watching more social media stuff. But Christmas is going to be really good this year. And as far as YouTube goes, awesome. And everybody on this panel, if everybody's watching, go subscribe to everyone. And if 2021, come on, let's bring it.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do, my panel is going to be full, so I'm going to have to do a bit of rotation work as we go. I've got one other person to bring on up, so sit tight, Mr. Blowers. Sit tight for 2 seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, the floodgates of hell are about to open. Let me give you Mr. Taryl Fixes All, Junior and Slippers.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, guys. What's up?
So what I'm going to do is I have got Henry in the basement. I will try and rotate as much as I can so everyone gets a dip in here because I am slightly over full. So Henry, don't go anywhere, mate. You're gone. I've not forgotten about you, my friend. You stay exactly where you are. Mr. Musty.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Musty. Oh, you have no reason at all to call me sir. Trust me. Not even the Queen calls me sir.
I can vouch for that.
Yeah, cheers. So, what is Christmas looking like for you, my friend? And tell us a bit about your channel. How's it going? And what are your accomplishments, or what is your foresight for the next year?
I wish I had that answer. I look at everything, and everything is such in a turmoil. I think all of us are kind of a little paranoid to see what's around the corner. I'm hoping for the best, but it's. I think that's kind of why everybody goes into YouTube too. They kind of need just a little bit of a getaway from what's going on and just be able to take a step back from everything and just kind of need a breather from everything that's happening. It affects me. I think it's affecting all of us. And I just try to do my best to, when I go to my shop, take a break from what's going on and let's just get into a project, take something apart, see what happened to it. And I think that's what people enjoy. It seems to do well for my channel. As far as Christmas is concerned, pretty quiet. It's just my wife and myself. I don't have any kids. And we keep things kind of low profile. So as far as that, it really doesn't affect us too much. My family's spread out. So as far as traveling, that kind of, slows us down. That's kind of frowned upon. I haven't seen a bunch of family for a year and a half.
Yeah, I hear you, mate. I hear you. Some of my family spread quite far apart, and we've not seen each other for nearly 5-6 months now. Yeah. But we do have this amazing thing called the internet, so you can just pick someone up, and look at us here. We've got people from Canada, people from America. We've got people from all over, even up north. Absolutely fantastic. So thank you very much for that. Let's go over to you've jumped places, Martin. So go to you next, Martin. How are you doing, my friend? Now, I know Martin quite personally. We do chat on often, and we have a laugh and a joke. Not that personally, although despite the fact you are actually wearing the Christmas jumper I gave you.
Exactly.
How are you doing, Mr. Retro Restore? What does Christmas hold for you and your outlook and your achievements for your channel this year, or channels this year?
First of all, Mick, I thought you was going to dress up, mate.
Oh.
Hey?
I
thought you were going to dress up.
Got a dog getting a drink of water somewhere.
I thought you said.
That's my dog.
Straight away, down in the basement. Unbelievable. Yes, you did buy me this jumper. And those of you who probably don't know, in the US of A or Canada, wherever you are, this is a TV show in the UK. Hold on.
Good.
Where are you? Yeah, there. Hang on. I'm coming. I am coming.
All right. One of them cars there, that's a three-wheeler Reliant Regal car, which was made in, well, my one was in 1967, featured in the show Only Fools and Horses. It's a TV show here in the UK, and I'm actually restoring one at the moment. How about that?
Right on.
Was that it?
Nice.
And anyway, so yeah, that's one of the things I'm doing at the moment. I've got 3 channels. I've got Retro Restore, which is the main one. I've got Retro Hacks, which is where I actually restore small items, other things, old things from the 1950s, stuff like that. I don't talk in that one, which is probably a good thing, as many people have said before. I've also got my sort of family-orientated one, which is Butler's Empire. And if you see my email address on the screen there, as you probably can see it there, I've actually got channel stickers there. And if anybody wants a channel sticker, I'll give them a set for free. How about that? And I'll ship them all over the world. That's the sort of person I am. I love free stuff.
Nice.
Did hang on? Did Bob?
That's sweet.
Did Bob draw that all by himself? Well done, Bob.
All right, that's awesome. That is great. Thank you. How are you doing?
right.
Fantastic news. Doing okay? Yeah, we're getting to you, buddy. 2 seconds. I don't want to miss my other drinking buddy over here. 2 seconds. Mr. Steve Small Engine Saloon. I'll come back to you, Taryl. No problem. Give us a minute. It's a bit busy here. How you doing, Steve? Steve, you have graced me with your presence 2 or 3 times now, and also I've returned the favour by interrupting on your live panel for the past 2 weeks. Absolutely fantastic. How does Christmas look your end over in Vancouver, and what are your achievements and your desires for next year?
Christmas, you know what? I'm really actually not really a Christmassy kind of guy, just normally, but this year is going to suck even worse than like seriously. I mean, at least we got to have some family over for dinner, and where I live, it's actually against the law for us to actually have a gathering, a Christmas dinner, even so. It's, I mean, 2020 sucks.
So I do actually have a little hack for that, and I know that you like your hacks because you just done a video very recently on a magnetized how to get segments of metal out of your oil. I have a hack for you. Apparently, you cannot have gathering of so many people unless it is a funeral. So if you say that your turkey has just died over Christmas, you can then have 30 people round as a gathering for a funeral or cremation for your turkey.
Oh, I thought you were going to say I have to kill somebody in the next couple of days. See, hey, Mick, where I live, I don't even think that's legal. It's a gathering. Really? Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. Like churches and everything are even shut down where I'm from.
Yeah, same thing here.
Yeah, I don't know. There's just
So what are your aspirations for next year, Steve? And how do you think, what are your achievements so far this year you had for your channel? Because your channel's been rocking. I've seen that, and you put out some serious content too.
My biggest achievement in 2020 is managing to not get COVID-19. I'm very proud of that. It makes me very happy. Achievements for next year? I don't really have any long-term goals, to be honest. I really should. I think everybody should have a short-term goals and long-term goals. And I really don't. I think I'm just going to keep on doing what I'm doing and trying to save people money on my channel and keep going.
Henry is coming up and down here more times than a jack in a box. I think Henry's got some internet issues. So we'll go down to you next, Bruce boy. You were next in line. I know that you just had an operation or a procedure done on you.
Yeah.
What are your aspirations, Bruce, for next year? And what does your Christmas look like?
Well, it'll just be Mrs. P and I on Christmas Eve, but we have nieces in town, so we're gonna do a 15-pound turkey, and we're gonna make up a full dinner for each family that lives in the city, and they're going to pop over, pick it up, and take it home, and then we'll do a video on Facebook or something like that. How's my
Cool.
audio? Is it any better?
Excellent.
Oh yeah.
Yo, yeah.
No, absolutely,
Good to go,
absolutely
Bruce.
dreadful. Can't hear a thing. It sounds like you're Canadian or something. It sounds like
Yeah.
Canadian. Or I can't get over an accent.
Man, I'm an old telephone man. I should have had the audio figured out a long time.
Yeah, you should have had it sussed already.
Yeah, so I had.
Okay,
You could, maybe I should change this down here. I'll do it after. I'm now the Bionic Man. Do you guys remember Steve Austin?
Yeah.
Bionic Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you meant Stone Cold Steve Austin.
No.
Oh.
You're too young, buddy. Steve Austin, he lands a spaceship in the desert, and they spend $6 million on him, and he's got focusing eyes and parts all over his body. So now I'm the Bionic Man now. Maybe that's the new name for my channel.
Sounds just fine now.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm the Bionic Man.
So is one of your aspirations for next year, Bruce, is to convert solely over from 4-stroke to 2-stroke? Is that the way you're going with your channel? It looks like it.
I was gonna say my one of my goals, although God I don't like them, is to improve my 2-strokes. Now my work in 2-strokes is already improved because I stopped doing big box hardware store 2-strokes. So let's Husqvarna. There you go, Klaus. And let me see, steel and some echo. That's all in line. As soon as you pick up one of those, your troubles are already 70% over.
Fantastic.
And I'm actually going to rebuild a few engines. Most of the time I'm pretty good at getting stuff running, but I've got a couple of old Honda HR 194s that they smoke worse than my grandpa did. And I'm gonna do some rings and valve seats and valve guides and stuff on those. That might be fun. Yeah. So I got Nick. I got the shop shining like a new nickel. Although yours.
I didn't hear that. I didn't hear a word of that. Well, something about a shop being tidy or something.
He's always bragging about how clean his shop is.
But you know what?
Yeah, he's always bragging.
I might be one of the only ones on this whole panel that's fully retired. Like I don't have to go to work, so I have the time to, put my bolt bin up on the table and sort the 5/16 from the 3/8 and stuff like that. I have that time, where I totally get the rest of you guys are still busy making a living.
So if you have that time, there's nothing stopping you from getting on a plane and coming over here and giving me a hand, then, right?
Well, COVID stopped me. I would have seen you in June. Eh?
Oh, I know. Well,
we were on our way to Scotland. I think
yeah, I'd have gone up there. Well, I would have gone up there. I don't know if I'd have been allowed in though. I know they have funny rules up in Scotland about borders. I don't know about that.
Yeah, they do.
Speaking of
go ahead.
Speaking of funny borders, how are you lot doing in the middle there? Like a rose between two thorns.
Oh, we're good. We're doing fine. We
got a little
sooner. We would have got on a little sooner, but I had to finish watching American Ninja Warrior. I had to watch that.
Oh, you gotta watch that.
Yeah, it was a good one. But
my Lord. Well, it's nice to see you three anyway, the motley crew, as I call them. And nice to see you. Oh, you're welcome. It looks like Slippers hasn't aged a day. Looking good for 85. Absolutely fantastic. And it was nice to talk to you, Junior, over on FaceTime, and also Taryl as well, just to try and pull some of this together. Absolutely fantastic. So, you guys, what does Christmas behold in your household? Because I'm guessing it's going to be quite a fun affair by the looks of it. What are your aspirations for next year and your achievements over this year?
Well, hopefully he won't be around.
What?
He'll be doing his own thing on Christmas.
What?
I don't know.
I'm coming over for Christmas.
Well, maybe.
We're going to have a good, fun Christmas time.
We're going to have a possum stew and a couple hams.
For sure.
And then,
Pasties.
And thank you for the beer that you sent us. Yeah, thanks for the gift.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of beer, Steve, pass us a can, will you, mate? I'm gonna have a pre.
How come you didn't send any sass?
That's right.
Apparently,
Everybody's got beer. Wow.
We're ready. We're ready.
Musty, yeah. Oh, you're getting
Steve
ready.
said
What's
this
that?
live stream.
A panel of alcohol.
Steve said this live stream will only require at least 3 sips of beer, apparently. So we'll see how we get on. So, Taryl,
that job was 2 sips.
aspirations for next year?
I don't know. I'm going to try to finish the Ride Master. We got another video coming up on that with the friction discs. We got them done. We're going to be showing that. I want to get that done. And Slippers is going to get his tractor done.
Hopefully more on the roof, Palomino.
Yeah. We're going to try to get the roof in here, but we haven't had a lot of time because I still got a lot of repairs coming in. I don't know why this late, but I still got a shop full of customer equipment I got to get to first, so then I can bring the Palomino in. But I'd like to ask some questions to some of the panel here. If you don't mind.
So
doing all the yammering all the time.
Yeah.
Bring it on,
what I'm going to do is I've got Henry downstairs, and I think it's only fair that I drop down for a bit. I better hear you. I better monetize. So I'm going to drop down for a minute and bring Henry up because Henry's up and down like a fiddler's elbow at the moment. He's got internet problems. So let me drop down, and then I'll let you guys have a chat, and I'll just rotate as best I can and just enjoy yourselves.
So double wide. Where did you get your name?
Double wide. Well,
how did that name come about for your
first house? I bet.
Get a lot of questions on that. Well, the sad story is I was just trying to sign up for YouTube, and I kept trying different names. Nothing would work. And wound up being Double Wide 6. Didn't think much of it, and years later, that was my YouTube channel, and a few years later, that became my business name. But the good thing about Double Wide 6 is that's the type of name that people remember. So, if they get a slip and it says I do small engine repair, they remember my name.
That's good.
I thought maybe you lived in a double wide because I lived in a single wide.
I didn't live in Double Wide number 6. Now, what do you mean?
I thought maybe that was the number in the trailer park. Double Wide 6, if you want to find me.
Well,
I started out in a trailer park, and I thought maybe you did too.
I just got to find my shop that I live in.
Yeah.
That I got for free because I was living upstairs in the park room.
Mm-hmm. A lot more company out there, that's for sure.
But we had to wait for that money to roll in first so we could buy the trailer.
Yeah. We're kind of keeping the lights on, but
yeah. And Musty, how did you come up with your name?
Pretty much a similar setup. I was trying to put names in. This is right when YouTube first started. I was surprised at how many names are already taken. Anything you wanted to go take as far as the name of a car or anything. And it was just to get on YouTube. It wasn't to make a channel name. That wasn't even the plan back then. So you kept trying a bunch of stuff. And I found that I was working in the garage. It was about 11 o'clock at night, and I stunk real bad. And I went for that, and it took it. So
you're the musty one. I'm the musty one.
So that's how it came. And then, of course, you can't change it afterwards if people won't know who you were.
Yeah, but it's great. It rhymes with rusty, and like
a lot of the stuff I work on.
Right. Or maybe because of the stuff you find on the the curbside net, a lot of times when you find that stuff, it's kind of musty smelling.
Yep.
Yeah, the mice.
Right, yeah.
The mice, yep.
Yes, especially around here.
Could have been rat piss one.
I like that.
And
be the backup one.
What was your name? Steve. Is your name Steve?
Is that your real name?
Yeah, well,
it's not.
Technically, my real name is Stefan with a PH, but Steven, there's no V in my actual name. It's with a PH, right? But
what is it? Is it Stefan?
Why I got Saloon after my name?
It's only an issue at
Steve, what are you drinking?
That's kokanee right there. I took a page out of Bruce's book today.
Thanks, buddy.
Then I also got Coca-Cola going right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, we're gonna try the Rheingeist. Anybody ever? This is like an Ohio beer. Anybody ever try this?
Send it from Mick and Pete.
Say it. Oh, hey, blow him up, Mick. Yeah. I've never seen that before.
Here it is.
Steve wants a beer he hasn't bought.
And it says truth on there. So this must be some kind of truth serum.
That just looks delicious.
After a dozen, it would be a truth serum.
I think maybe when we drink it, we're going to have to start telling the truth.
It's not.
Somebody get some of that.
It's not truth serum. It's not truth serum. It's tooth serum.
Yeah. Kind of a.
I'd love to know.
Kind of piss-colored beer. Mm-hmm.
I'd love to know what you guys really look like, man.
This is looking at us.
Well, I think the only way you're going to find that out is about half past 5 in the morning when you roll over, and that's not a sight I want in my memory.
This mead has turned to vinegar.
Oh,
It is so disgusting.
And there was you about an hour ago before the stream going, this looks really nice. He was really chuffed. He got a bottle of mead up and what have you.
Well, that must be really bad.
I'm all excited about it. And now now I have cooking sherry.
Well, as we all know, all being small engine fanatics, if it's like a vinegar, it'd be all right for degreasing or taking rust out of components or something like that. So you could always use it in a video.
Stick it in my ultrasonic cleaner. There you go.
Yeah, put it in a gas tank. You can clean that.
For Martin Butler.
Well,
It's
Martin,
just
you're listening? I see you work. You take like some mowers that you find under the bushes that are rusted through, completely gone, not worth repairing whatsoever. Now they make really interesting videos. Do you do it to repair it, or do you do it for the video's sake?
I've actually done it for both, actually, Bob, to be honest with you. It's not the sort of thing you'd repair to make money. Obviously, you've seen the state of something. They are wrecks, total wrecks.
They're great videos.
They make great videos. People love to watch them, bring something back from the dead. And also, it gives me practice welding, because I wasn't a welder before I started my YouTube channel. So it's great practice, and that's the reason why I do them videos. Plus, they make me some money.
You guys get
Lovely
paid
jubbly.
you guys
I get paid to repair rubbish.
Sometimes it's just a challenge too, just see if you can do it.
Yeah, it's great fun.
Yeah.
It's great fun. I mean,
I love it. I think the videos turn out great, but the whole time watching the video, I learn a lot. I like it. You got a great personality for it. But, I wonder, why the hell is this guy doing this?
Yeah.
But, I love it. I'll keep watching it. Yeah, I was just wondering why you do it.
When you see something left dead, Bob, in the undergrowth, and it's been there literally for about 6 to 8 years.
Yeah.
And you pull it out. Lucky enough, it's got a Briggs and Stratton Classic on engine. They run anyway on anything, as you well know.
A diaphragm and a cup of gas.
We all know that. We've all got videos on it.
Yep. I don't know who has a better laugh when it starts, you or Taryl. Muskie has a good laugh too.
Can't help it.
I can assure you, I wasn't laughing when my 1930s Dennis fired up for the first time in the shed after about 3 years. I can assure you that was not funny, and I wasn't doing the woo going around the shed. I was hanging on to it for dear life. Was what I was doing.
How many horsepower is that thing?
Oh, it's well, to put it mildly, Martin, how many horsepower is your little Reliant Regal you're doing?
Oh, that's about 24 brake horsepower.
Yeah, but what about
how many cc is that, give or take?
The original engine, 600 cc. I think that Dennis is powerful, to be honest with you.
So my Dennis has got a Blackburn engine on it, and mine's a 600 cc single cylinder lawnmower engine. Yeah, 600 cc. So what I'm thinking of doing is going to get it over to Polar Bear Ed's channel. He does tractor pulling and on lawn ride tractors, and see if he can't just fine tune it for me, bring it up to about 700 cc, and see how we get on with that. I did offer to send it over to Junior. I sent him a photograph of it, and his first question was, "What's that?" So I didn't think I'd bother. He's not seen one of them before.
Oh lordy.
I think YouTube has enlightened a lot of our cousins over the water on what a hater lawnmower is. That gives meaning over there. You know
This
that
man right. Oh, that man right there, and me.
Yeah.
I didn't have a clue in a gatepost what a hater was.
Yeah.
And I think we discovered that conversation when I was in Mexico and had a couple of beers online.
Well, over here we've all got a few haters.
Lawnmowers.
I thought fly mowers were real big over there in England.
Yeah.
Fly mowers.
The hover ones, yeah.
Don't talk to Mick about fly mowers.
Aren't those big over there in England?
No.
No?
They're only big if you want to throw them in the bin.
My brother Farrell's got 2 of them. He's got a real.
You know what engine they put on them, don't you?
A Tacumish.
Yeah, you can keep that and all.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna go get one of them and do a video on it. That real old one he's got. It's got to be from the.
I had a 19. I think mine was 1978. So mine was the Italian Tecumseh engine on mine. But to be fair, I mean I slated it and for a reason. And to be fair, all I did was put some petrol on it, and away it went. So I think the only reason someone binned it was because the throttle cable wouldn't choke. It wasn't choking right. It just wasn't set right. So I set it, and away it went, and it sold. It sold pretty much a week later. So I was well happy with it. But yeah, you can keep them. They're hideous.
Okay, you just said it's been sitting around for years, and all I did was put gas in it. So they're bad.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, but someone may have loved it. So someone may have loved it, Bruce, before it come to me, and the cable had just stretched. But they're still hideous, no matter which way you swing it. That's why I try throwing mine in the bin.
But they don't work well, or they don't cut. They kind of blow.
No, they're a good machine, especially the commercial guys love them because they're good for banks and what have you, and they're really good for freshly seeded lawns or freshly turfed lawns because they hover. There's no pressure on the lawn, so they are a good machine, and they go for really, really good money, especially ones with the new Honda engines on it. They go for really good money, but it's a Tecumseh. I don't like Tecumseh, and we all know that. So don't push me on the subject. I don't want to work on them, and it's as I said before. It's because over here in the UK, you cannot even get an emulsion tube in the UK. You can't get it. I looked at someone emailed me last week for one, and the only place I could get it was America, and they wanted $11 for the tube and about $18 for shipping for an emulsion tube. You can't get it.
Well, I got a box of them.
You can keep them, Bruce. In fact, Bruce, he
does not want to work.
Bruce, I will send you the fly moth to you, Bruce. You can have it as far as I'm concerned. I'll even pay for the shipping.
You sent me a Tecumseh carburetor, and it was as good as new.
There's a reason for that, Bruce. If I haven't got spare parts, I can't work on them.
I understand.
All right, guys, I want to put a challenge out to everybody. There's something I saw that I was thinking about building because I thought it would be like the coolest thing. It is a gas-powered lawn chair. Anyone ever see one of these? Build one of these joystick-controlled, gas-powered lawn chair. Looks like a real party pleaser. If anyone wants to take on the challenge, build that this year, I'm more than happy to check it out, and I think it'd be a great video.
We got a lawnmower grill.
You got a
gas-powered grill.
Yeah.
What about your
grill?
What about your Bolins down the Taryl? That thing's almost a flying lawn chair. Bolin.
But Taryl, there's one stipulation. Taryl, there's one stipulation with you and your lawnmower grill is you must wear pants next time you're driving it.
Bro, that's no fun.
Because I'm telling you, you bought 10 pounds of sausages. I saw 12. That's what I'm saying.
Congratulations.
Bragger.
Hey, I got a question for Slippers.
Go ahead.
Double wide and Musty are going to know what I'm talking about right here. $5 for a carburetor, Slippers, free shipping. Are you really that cheap? I was going to send you that carburetor.
That's a lot of money. Hey, that's
Worth more than your whole lawnmower?
yeah.
In character.
Well, maybe
Easy
you should
work.
start your own YouTube channel and maybe you could afford $5.
I'm thinking about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a question.
Can I get some? Can I get some of my moderators, please, to run these gentlemen's links in my chat for me? I've not seen no links being run. So can each of my moderators please pick up one of his channels and go off and find them and run their links, because these people here are legends and they're giving up their time to entertain you guys. So please run the links in the chat for me.
Uh-oh. Hello.
Uh-oh.
There's money.
That's money.
Uh-oh.
That's time to go home.
I've got a question.
Hey, Taryl, what's
Yeah.
going on? How come you're phoning me?
Silent.
Nope.
Go on, Martin. There you go.
Oh, we lost it.
What happened?
I've recently done a bloopers video because I don't normally keep the bloopers. What do you boys do with your bloopers that you do in your videos that you don't show? Do you keep them? Do you actually?
I'll go first.
I've never filmed a blooper in my entire 13 years.
Yeah, okay, buddy.
We all have.
I'll go first. The reason I don't keep my bloopers, because if I did, I'd be in church every Sunday at confession. So that's why I don't keep them, because generally they have some kind of fragrant sound around them where either I hit myself with a hammer or pinch my head in a vice. So yeah, that's why I don't keep most of mine.
I don't have any bloopers because I don't make mistakes when I film my videos.
Oh, get out of town. You can get out of there. I'm not having none of that. Get out of it.
Okay, I gotta know. I'll jump in. There's no take twos in YouTube, and I leave 90% of my bloopers in. I've had engines jump across benches and desks and flop and
The Kohler.
flywheels. Yeah, and the flywheel that popped off that Tecumseh when I was heating it with a torch, and I had a wheel puller or a flywheel puller on it, and I was cranking on that a half-inch ratchet, and she went. I've got a couple of them, but this one went up about 3 feet and hit my mask. I left it in. What the heck? That was 2 years ago.
On the floor in one of his recent videos.
What's that?
The engine that Darren just about lost on the floor on one of his videos when it fired up and started bouncing around.
Yeah.
I leave them in. That's the best part. I
It
can't
is.
wait for those. Yeah.
It really
That
is.
makes the video.
You know, when you got an engine that's 15 years old and it hasn't seen fuel in that time, and you've juiced it up as high as you can, and you're yanking and it's flopping and it's jerk and it goes when it takes off, that is like, yeah, because then you know you've got rotation, you've got fire, you've got you got to put on a couple of band-aids. You got to put on 2 band-aids, but you're there.
But you see, the problem is with that, Bruce, is that then you get what you call your health and safety sallies, don't you? I mean, to me, when an engine jumps 2.5 feet clean off the bench, and you've got a choice to either grab the starter, the battery you're holding, or the flywheel to try and put it down. To me, that's comedy value. That's why I'm here. I'm here to watch that. But like you get now, you had no safety glasses on, you had no gloves on. That's truly not acceptable.
And then I usually grab on those big Briggs and Stratton with the big fat tin bumper or tin muffler. I usually end up grabbing that damn thing, and then it gets worse. You know, yeah. I love it when an engine comes to life. That's my favorite thing.
Yeah.
That's why,
I think that's all our favorite things when we get these engines that have sat for so long.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Henry?
Lights on.
He keeps disappearing on me. Every time I try and highlight him, he keeps going. He's having some real issues tonight. Poor old Henry. He's having some right issues. So Musty, you leave all your outtakes in, do you? Or best you can?
I would say like 99%. Sometimes it's like the phone rings in the background. I try to cut like that out. I'll do a retake. But most everything I do it's all in a row that's happening. So you can't really take anything out anyway because you miss a step. And it's like you can recreate taking something apart for the first time. So I just leave it run. I think it's more makes you feel like you're hanging out in the garage with somebody with all the mistakes that happen. That's what makes the video. I used to watch you watch TV and everything's perfect and they restore a car in 35 minutes and it's all done and it's perfect. There's nothing goes wrong. I like leaving that stuff in because it makes it feel like if you try to do that on your own and you see me and I don't make any mistakes and you're like, man, I suck at this. I can't do this. But if I leave it in, you see the mistakes I leave. I forget to put a gasket in or I do something wrong or it just totally blows up on the bench or I cut myself or whatever it is. It makes it feel like, well, he makes mistakes too. I don't have to be so hard on myself and you can enjoy the same thing. So I think it makes it more realistic to people to that you're hanging out.
Can I jump in?
Yeah, go on, Bruce. Yeah.
Okay, I stole a line from Road King. All you guys watch Road King?
Yeah.
From New York New Jersey.
Yep.
When the phone rings, he comes back and he says, "Oh, that wasn't a movie producer." And I gave him credit for that line, but that's a good line. And when the phone rings, he come back. Wasn't a movie
you doing that. It's cool.
I think
he's a
the
good
best.
guy, man.
I'm going to have to say it right, and this person on the panel is going to hate me for it, okay? But I saw one of the best mistakes this year on YouTube, and credit to the man, he left it in. Now, if you haven't yet seen it, you need to head over to Mr. Martin Butler's channel, okay? I think it was on Retro Restore, I believe. And Martin was changing the Martin, why don't you tell me what happened?
All I was doing was draining the compressor out of water. Which we've not done. We all say we do it every week, but it's only been about 2 years. And all I did was undo that little screw underneath, which wasn't the little screw because that had broke off, and I'd replaced it with a big 3/8 plug. Emptied the compressor out, and probably near enough. Here's the fancy word: near enough all gone. And I took it out, and the water was coming out, and then suddenly, absolutely covered, and I left it in the video. I think you've got to do that, haven't you?
Yes.
And that's exactly what happened. Him, apparently, emailed me straight after he see the video. He said, I smacked my tea out across the room. He said, I've got it on big 65-inch screen TV. There you go, splitting, covered in green, brown water. And he found it absolutely hilarious. And that's what we're dealing with.
Well, I'm sure everybody here has a lot of people who watch your channel that can't. Some of them are in wheelchairs or they're in bed and they're sick of watching TV and they like to watch real stuff. And that's exactly what I'm talking about, you know.
Well, that is exactly right.
I get so many comments.
Yeah.
Hey, we've got 65 Ford Mo in the chat.
Oh, all right.
We'll get emails, private emails from people, and it's heartening to know that people prefer watching our YouTube videos than watching mainstream TV, and more people are coming over and watching it now. So at the end of the day, we are the new mainstream, I think.
Hello.
Happy days.
Oh, I can't plug in a Ethernet, huh?
They're on it. Look, they're on it.
Oh.
So Taryl, are you sponsored by Hams or what?
No. What about your old computer? Acer?
Is Junior old enough to drink yet?
Barely.
We're in Indiana. They don't have any laws or rules here.
Sounds like where I live.
Indiana here too, Taryl. I can vouch for that.
You know.
Yep.
Yeah, but we
Well,
drink, you guys adjust your carbs.
We drink better beer up in Canada, right, Steve?
What was that, Bob?
I wouldn't say this is better beer. Some people in the UK would say that's not beer. What are you, stupid or something? That's not beer. Murphy's, right?
I said, we agree. We see you guys in Indiana adjust your carbs. We know there's no rules.
Oh.
And our motor oil, we just dump it in the ground.
Yeah.
Does it come out of the ground?
That's where it came from. That's where it came from.
Start your bonfires with it.
We got no EPA over here. Do whatever we want.
No vehicle inspections. If you can figure out how to get your car to go down the road on 3 wheels, it is legal.
It better have 3 wheels, otherwise it ain't legal then.
That's right.
It is if you can get it up on those 2.
That's right.
I owe you a thank you, Taryl. I'm doing a K241 Kohler, and I worked that old fuel pump. I even screwed new ports in where the intake spring is on that fiber on the intake of the pump. Tried everything. I finally gave up, and I'm going to put a plate and an impulse. I'm going to put an impulse pump on that, and I got that from your video. Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Dinner.
Here's your dinner.
I got a few mowers of my own that have that on there. Works good.
Did you guys see me flash that snowblower a little earlier?
Yeah.
That was made by Boland's, and that's the same machine you're working on, right?
Yeah.
Let me just pull that up and give you a look. The color's even the same. Pardon me, but the color's even the same. Can you guys see that?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Kind of looks like a John Deere that says Boland's on it.
Yeah, but right down here, it looks like an Ariens, right? It looks like an Ariens with that teardrop there.
Yeah.
But it's actually made by Boland's or Noma.
Oh yeah, Noma. Noma, Dynamark. I miss them guys.
1970. Whoops, I put this.
Are they Noma?
Murray? Yeah, Noma.
How do you?
Zippo.
I know their parts. A lot of the Murray belts fit them and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Zippo, how do you feel
lucky,
about the fact that Bruce just mentioned about John Deere? How do you feel about that?
We're still friends.
What, Zippo don't like John Deere?
Well, no. It's just a friendly rivalry because, as you can see here, I'm a simplicity guy, and we like to run over John Deere.
Taryl, just so you know, obviously, you made a comment last year about what the Queen said to me, reference my toolbox.
Yeah.
Just to let you know, I actually met the Queen, as you know, and here's a picture of me meeting the Queen and giving the Queen one of my Micks Mowers stickers.
Right. Okay.
This is very interested.
Realize you had that kind of pull, Mick.
Oh yeah. Well, I do tend to mix in certain circles, and whilst I was placing my sticker on the Queen's walnut dresser, which is Victorian, she very politely asked me. She said, "Taryl said, have you cleaned your toolbox up?" And I said, "Well, I'll tell Taryl to poke that." Well, you know what I said about it, but just to alliterate, the toolbox has not been tidied up, and nor will it be for 2021 either.
See, I know the Queen too.
Yeah, she told me.
Right.
What's the story?
Is there anyone?
Don't leave us hanging like that. What's the story behind that?
Well, he's got a king on his shirt, so.
I'm next in line.
King of beers.
I'm next in line. This is the crown I'm going to be wearing.
I don't know. I don't know what line you're standing in, but you're certainly not next in line, my friend. I can guarantee you that.
Well,
we're with Sir Micks Mowers, so I'm having a little frown.
So, whilst this little motley crew are sitting up here yapping to each other, which I think they're actually enjoying themselves, to be fair, if there is anyone in the chat that has a question for any of these guys, please just bear in mind, we don't want to get down the road of valve lapping and torque specs. If there's a question you'd like to ask one of these guys, put it in the chat and I'll try and poke it out for you and try and answer or get a few questions answered if possible. Do not make it too personal because they will not answer it. It's as simple as that.
I got a question for you. What's your best performing, like, not type of video, but product line, like John Deere, Honda? What is there, like, in your area? Is there a video that does the best for you and your group?
Honda.
Honda
in my area.
Honda in my area.
You know what? My best video, and it has literally 30% of my channel. Probably all have a video it's kind of a little rocket star. It's the old Briggs Quantum. You take a 1/2-inch wrench, you squirt out that jet, and screw the jet back in, and away it goes. You can fix it with a hat.
He's the best.
Yeah.
Wake up.
He's on a technical issue.
He's sleeping. Huh?
There he is.
I don't know what video.
He's really struggling. Yeah, there he is. There he is. He's really struggling.
Anyway,
Hey, Nick, Will's got a great question. I want to hear this. Will says, how did Taryl get his name?
Oh, there you go.
Because that's my name, Taryl. Taryl fixes all.
Pterodactyl.
Short bird. I'm named after the
Will, I gotta say, why would your mom name you Taryl if your last name is Dactyl? That's just mean.
Because his brother's feral.
That's right. And my sister Cheryl.
What's your dad?
Oh, I thought it was Carol.
He's serious.
His cousin Gerald. Now, why would the guy name his kid? His last name is Case. Why would he name his kid Justin?
I know.
Right.
Justin.
No, if I had a son, his name would have been Justin Casey because my last name is Falls.
Ah!
And why would the guy? Now, this is true because I met this man. His name was Richard Head. Now, why would you name your kid Richard Head? Your mother is called Dick.
I don't know, Dick.
This is
So,
what
Neil
Is that why you go by Taryl?
this is what it took to make you, so I'm naming it.
yeah.
My
Neil F.
mother loved old dinosaur movies. So
Yeah, we need.
So, Bruce,
named
Yeah,
it
go ahead.
Neil F says, Bruce, does your wife do takeaway food because it must be good every time she shouts food ready, you run off?
Well, you know what? It's just perfect timing, right? I get out there, I'm out there for about an hour, and then I hear those huge musical letter or that musical word, lunch, and I try and turn the volume up when I'm editing. That's become a thing, right?
So, how many of you guys do your wives give you a hard time when you want to go out in the garage and hang out there? That might just be for those of you that have kids.
No,
She found out I was doing this live, and then she left the house today.
Mine prefers it.
She's gone.
Mrs. P loves it. She thinks it's great.
That's how we make our living, so kind of got it.
Mhm. Right.
Klaus said nothing beats the Briggs and Stratton Quantum.
He's right.
Yeah, they are a pretty good machine, without a doubt.
Well, it's too dusty out here for the Honda carburetors. I think they're still a good machine. But the holes in the emulsion tubes are just a little too fine for the dust we have out on the prairies.
Evan's got a great question right there. Does Taryl have a wife? I've always wondered that myself.
Mrs.
Yes,
Taryl.
I do. I have a wife, Carla. I married Carla. No, anytime you see a woman in the video, I mean, not one of us dressed as a woman, like an actual woman, that's my actual wife.
An actual woman.
To be perfectly fair, Taryl, it's quite hard to tell because you guys get dressed up quite a lot, and I know Junior has this little thing. I bet he's first in queue. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll dress up. That'll be me. I'll do it.
Well, usually we dress up slippers.
Yeah.
So are Junior and Slippers both your sons?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, they are.
Didn't know that.
He's the oldest.
I was going to say, guess which one's older.
He's the
Well, I
oldest.
can tell he looks freaking
Gray
old
hair.
in videos.
Who's the best mechanic?
You guys,
Who's the best mechanic?
It had to do with the time machine.
Yeah.
you guys sent me out a carburetor for a Briggs horizontal tiller about 6 months ago. I don't know who sent it to me or who talked to me, but I just wanted to let you know that thing's working great. Thank you.
Oh,
The
you're
10
welcome.
carburetor for
That
a
was
Briggs
Junior.
tiller. Junior, you're the man. Thank
He
you.
sent it to you. I went out and scrounged it. I went out
You're
and
the man. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. That tiller I'm sharing with my buddy, and we just used it this weekend or 2 weeks ago and it's been running great. Yeah, thank you.
I wanted to send you one that was all rusty, and then he said no. Give him a good clean one.
Doug says, Musty One, what's your favorite thing to work on? I'm a big fan of your Honda videos.
It's not really the item. It's more how much of a challenge it is. Like sometimes you get something, you clean the car, fires right up. There's no mystery to it. I like something that's really a good challenge. That the pressure washer with the backwards coil on it took me a little while to find. I like that one. Just the ones that really make you think and have to go chase down what a problem is instead of just going through the normal avenue of A, B, C, D. Let's go fix what's wrong. Ones that really make you think something's out of normal and to go chase and troubleshoot.
Right, I agree.
Yeah, exactly. Right. I think it's lovely to see.
It makes it a challenge,
Yeah.
When you've got a real head scratcher, you got to walk away. Sometimes the best advice is you got to walk away, especially if you spent
come back to it later.
3 or 4 hours and you still haven't fixed it. You just got to walk
Just
away.
like a light bulb goes off.
And then
for me, it's
a couple of days, and then you usually fix it right away.
Yeah, I actually
that light bulb goes off at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I
actually have
straight up in bed, be like, I know what's wrong with it.
Exactly.
I have this thing called it's called a sulking shed. So what I do, if I work on something, and it's generally 2-stroke related, I'll work on something for about 2 or 3 hours, and by then it's been thrown across the yard 4 or 5 times. I then put it in the sulking shed for about a week and a half, and I don't know what's in that sulking shed, but when it comes back out, it sort of behaves itself. So I'm thinking about putting some of my kids in there at some point because it might sort them out. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Sometimes you need to have a fresh mindset to come back, and that fresh mindset generally comes about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Exactly.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I have a dump trailer. I call it purgatory. So sometimes stuff that's just too far gone, it goes into purgatory. But every once in a while, I'll be working on something. I go back in and have to go pick from it because I just can't let this stuff go. It's my little stash until I finally need the trailer and go to the dump and get rid of it and start refilling.
You've had it for 8 years. You've had it for 8 years. Sorry.
Green Rats 2 says, question for Taryl. How many characters or personalities do you guys have?
346.
Whoa.
Holidays.
I have no idea.
It's just the 3 of us, so
Me, myself, and Taryl.
At somebody at some point.
Whatever just works into the script, pretty much.
Like Kids in the Hall. Remember that show, Kids in the Hall? Those guys would dress up as everybody. That's a Canadian show.
Yeah.
For you 2 Canadians.
Oil Tech says, Taryl. Oil Tech says, Taryl, do you prefer working on what was that? Hang on, I jumped.
Mowers.
Do you prefer working on mowers or building your own projects?
I prefer working on my own projects. I don't like working on people's crap.
Yeah.
I like working on it because I got to pay bills to work on my crap.
And
are you there, Henry? Henry, are you there?
There he is.
Audio.
Henry.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, you can hear you.
Hear me?
You're,
Oh,
yeah,
you know what?
Yeah, you're back.
Is he running on YouTube?
You can only hear. You guys can hear me. That's good. I just wanted to say to you guys, as long as you got me right, is that I'm having internet problems because.
Yeah.
No, I've got because it's a weekend, right? All the family they're on Xbox or PlayStation and playing games, and so they're using up all the bandwidth, and then I'm on my phone, blah blah blah, so I haven't been able to get on. I've been really struggling, like you said. I have to basically disconnect all the machines I got in the house, so now I basically have it going on.
You're drinking through a straw. Yeah, you're drinking through a straw.
Can you?
Yeah, I know. I feel your pain. That's why when my YouTube channel got monetized, the first thing I purchased. Yeah, we can hear you, mate. Yeah, was my own Wi-Fi. So I actually have my own
Anybody
Wi-Fi.
Hear me? I can't hear you guys.
Yeah, we hear.
But
can you hear me?
Either way, if you guys can hear me, big fan of.
Like a Skype call.
There's a question. It says a question for Micks Mowers. Why don't you pick on Jeremy about chaps and cowboy hats like you do me? So you're actually from Texas, then, Jeremy? I take it.
Unfortunately, yes.
So do you go to like these bar? I call it a bar, but we all know it's not. Do you go to these bars where you have to wear these hats and the chaps with the arse cut out the back and do that line dance and stuff?
No, we just don't wear underwear here in Texas.
It's funny because BS Small Engines, if you don't know him, he's got a nice little channel. He's over in Texas, and that's exactly what he does. And he ribs me every day because he goes out to these line dance and things with a big belt buckle the size of a radar, like that. And you're not up for that?
No, we don't do all that here in Tejas.
No. Okay, Brandon, it's just you, my friend. Brandon, you're just a weird one in the chat. That's fine. We go with that.
You're north central, aren't you, Jeremy, in Texas?
Yes, sir. I'm right around the Dallas DFW area.
Right. So you're like the road between Dallas and Fort Worth, no curves.
Yep. They say it's all flat land around here, and that's not true.
No. Well, where I come from, the trees just spoil the view.
Yeah. And you start getting into East Texas, it looks like the East Coast.
Right.
From about East Texas on, it looks the same all the way to the East Coast.
There's a question there for Musty. Musty, do you still have the Plymouth?
Oh yeah, I bought that car when I was 20 years old, and I'm not 20 years old anymore. So I've had that. Other than some hand tools, that's probably the longest thing I've owned. I still have it. It's a '67 Plymouth Satellite convertible. Bought it for $300, and I planned on only running it for a summer because it was like 7 different colors of the rainbow when I got it. Each one fluorescent paint, and shot it yellow real quick. Ran it for the summer, and it just never left. Still have it.
There's a question there from Turning Wrenches. I'll give it to Bob because I don't know about you guys. I can't get a word in against Bob tonight. I don't know what's going on. Bob is just yakking. Bob, do you like working on riding mowers better, or do you prefer working on regular pushers?
No, you should ask me that.
That's a good question. I prefer working on riding mowers because they pay more money. Good answer.
Yeah. Is there anyone else that has a comment about that?
Also, video-wise, like with the riding mower, you're going to get to a lot more things that are interesting, like blades and transmissions and all that, where the push mowers, I don't know about you guys, but when you start getting a lot of videos out, I probably have like 500 videos, and of that, maybe like 150 are really good. So those other 350, it's like, should I go back and redo them? I'm learning a lot as I go on for the last 10 years or whatever, but it's like I already covered a video on this,
I used to, and I'm the exact opposite of you, Bob, right?
Right.
I do 80% lawnmowers, and I used to worry, oh gosh, I'm cleaning another Tecumseh carburetor, or
Hang on. You can't say that word on my live stream. You know you can't say that word on my live stream. That live stream banned.
But anyway, what came to me is that everybody has a lawnmower who owns a home, and they've got one that runs, and they've got one under the deck that doesn't run, and I just quit worrying about doing the same thing over and over again, and it's worked out really well for me.
We have a question. We have a question here from a relatively new YouTube channel, and I'll ask everyone in the chat to go and check them out. Haynes Machinery, they're a good channel over here in the UK. Go and check them out. They have a question. Do you guys keep all your projects once they're done, or do you just sell them on?
I answered it in the comments, but it's about a 50-50 mix.
On them,
yeah.
What about you? I give away a lot of my stuff.
Yeah. One at a time, gents. One at a time, gents.
Go ahead. I was just going to say that Musty has all these projects, like a 4-wheeler with 8 wheels, and he's got a police car he picked up from Harry Spooner, and there's all these vehicles. He's just got a golf cart. So it's like, what do you do with all this stuff?
I still have 90% of it. I try to keep Like, so if I have, say, snow blowers, I'll keep the best one. If it's better, if I do one, it's better than the one I have, I'll kick another one out to a neighbor or a friend or a family member. And I keep the best one. The unique stuff, like all the bike builds and everything, I have all those. I keep all those.
Yeah, certainly a lot of time.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's, you guys were talking earlier about like what you would rather make a video on compared to what is popular for video.
Right.
I would prefer to make the bikes and do all that kind of stuff, because to me that your artistic part kind of comes out and you get to have fun and take junk and make something out of it. Just like when we talked about troubleshooting, you find an odd part, it brings it out in you, the passion of doing it, instead of just going through another repair and just going through the regular nonchalant part. So for me, I'd rather build unique stuff and odd stuff than fix things. But as far as video is concerned, what you just got done talking about, every house has a lawnmower, every other house has a riding lawnmower. Up here, everybody has a snowblower. So those are the more popular for the video parts of it.
Yeah.
Dirt Rider says, Mick, can you put chat at? See if I can put. Okay. So my moderators are having problems running links, guys, because there is a problem on the YouTube side. It won't allow links to be run. So they're saying that the Musty Museum. I think you're a bit like me, Musty. To be fair, I've got. I started off just doing regular cheap push mowers, self-propelled mowers, as a hobby. And this year, I've gotten into the vintage side of things quite rapidly, and that's all down to Pete Froud's fault, getting me into that. So now I find myself, I've got a Ransom Marquis just behind me here, which is a real mower, about 1960. I've done a full restoration on that. Took me about 8 or 9 videos. Nothing like stretching it out right. And then I now find myself, I've got another 3 of those Ransoms in my shed and a Suffolk Punch Super. And now I've got a Dennis 30-inch real mower, 1933 on top of that. So yeah, I've got Pete Froud to thank for that. Cheers, Pete. Git. And the problem is that I did a full restoration on one of his mowers, and it owes me money. As we all know, whoever does restorations, they're not cheap to do, because you've got to buy the parts, the paint, and all the bits and pieces. They're not cheap, so it actually owes me money. So I put it up for sale, and one of my subscribers gave me a bit of a toasting because I put it up for sale. But it can't stay here forever. You know what I mean? It's got to go, because we need to get more stuff in. So I can't keep it forever.
Just got to get a bigger space. That's all. So stack them higher.
Honestly, I'm in enough trouble about taking up too much space as it is. Let alone get any more. I'm in enough trouble, brother.
Right.
I had to get out.
I am gaining more respect for the older stuff. Like when you take apart a cast iron engine and you start taking your calipers and you're measuring stuff out, and everything's within specs, and this thing's 58 years old, and you're going like, how on earth can this thing be so close to being perfect? I'm starting to really respect the old stuff.
Just like that Wisconsin I just did was the same way. I think it's built so well and needed so little. It needed no parts at all. And here's something that's 70 and 80 years old that's built with roller bearings, and everything's brass. And
you polish the points and make sure you got a coil, and you're off.
Yeah. At Wisconsin, I did for the Ride Master the same thing. It's like very simple, and then that thing just starts right up. It starts so easy.
Right.
Question for Bruce
so far.
Question for Bruce. Do you like working on old lawn boys, Bruce?
Sorry, I missed that. We had a background.
Question for Bruce. Do you like working on old lawn boys?
Oh, I see it. I do. And, I like working on the old green two-strokers, man.
Heck yeah, the old M series.
They're absolutely they're indestructible. You can hit a chain with them, and you can take them apart and put them back together again.
There you go, Bruce.
All right.
I love that.
Bruce, I'll send it to you.
Sure.
You like the lawn boy?
I do.
You can go to prison for that.
Maybe in Indiana.
Easy.
I saved one that had a strip spark plug-in, and done quite a few others that, it's that crazy plastic air filter that's on them and carburetor, but that's all right. And plastic doesn't corrode.
Just to let you know, Mr. Butler from Retro Resource had to leave the stream. He's put a comment in the chat. He's now dropped off the chat. But I'd like to thank Martin from Retro Restore, Butler's Empire, and Retro Hacks channel for coming on up tonight. Much appreciated, Martin, for all your support. Thanks again, buddy boy. Much appreciated.
Hey,
I'm gonna go grab an ale. No,
Bruce,
a coconut.
You know what happened last time you got drunk on my stream, right?
Well, I'm not allowed to drink much because of this. I'll have one.
Stay right here.
I'll be right back.
All
Well,
right,
I'm telling you,
Musty, I got a question for you. I'm curious how you got started now. Just, I don't know if you have a video on this, but just kind of how you got into what you're doing. Whole story.
Who's that question for?
For Musty, I'm just curious.
Oh. How did I get into YouTube, or how did I get into turning wrenches?
The whole thing. Just like, out of high school, what did you do? And, how do you evolve into Musty One?
Well, I was always a motorhead as a kid. I went to a tech school for a while and then back to our local high school. We had like 7 classes that you would go to. One of them was automotive class. Well, I just went to the one automotive class. I didn't go to the other ones. That's all I did. And they pretty much left me alone. They would just, our shop at school, automotive shop, I think had parking for 6 cars. I had 3 of those spots permanently through high school. So I had a dune buggy, I had a VW, and I had a Mustang in there all at the same time. And I would just go in there and wrench every day. From there, I got a job working in a foreign car place, but this is like 1980, I want to say. Okay. So the foreign cars were, Honda, Toyota, Volkswagen were the most popular ones. And from that, I just kept staying in that field, did a bunch of I worked in a aerospace company after getting out of high school. And then from that foreign shop over to, I'm trying to remember the timeline of everything. It's 50 years of that stuff. And then just kind of went from that to getting a job as a mechanic in a factory. And so you learn a lot of high-speed stuff and fixing things quickly and getting them up as quick as you can. And with that, you learn a lot of pneumatics, hydraulics, electrical, all that stuff kind of comes in. And that's a really good education. And again, just like we talked about a little bit, as far as when you have a passion for something, like with something that interests you, all the other classes in high school, I could care less about. But anything that try to figure out how things work really got me going as far as my passion for something. So I kept chasing that my whole life. Then YouTube kind of came out, and I watched some videos. There was some stuff kind of going around in its beginnings of it, and I'm like, I could do that. I could do the exact same thing they're doing. There was something called the YouTube Garage Gang, which was probably about 15 years ago, 12 years ago or so. That was real popular. So we all kind of got in on that. YouTube wasn't very organized then. It wasn't like we are now as far as anything and everything kind of went. So it was just everybody just sharing their projects back and forth of what they were working on. And as far as the YouTube part of it, that I'm persistent. I just kept staying with it. And it keeps turning into what it is today. Who knows where it goes in the future? But I've always just had a very good passion for wanting to figure out how stuff works, taking it apart. It's funny, I got off the phone with my parents a little while ago, and we had kind of the same conversation. I said it all started, I got in trouble when I was about 8 or 9 years old. I took my dad's electric razor apart because I wanted to see how it worked. But I wasn't too bright enough to get rid of it. I hid it underneath my bed, and they found it, and then I got all scolded. They took my allowance. I had to go buy a new one and everything. But it's always a standing joke in our family that it keeps coming back to it, that it started from that and kept going.
Yeah, I have a story very similar to that one, and it was right after Christmas. I'd gotten a new radio alarm clock, and I thought, boy, I wonder how that thing works. And I'm like 7 or 8 years old. I went down to my dad's toolbox, got the screwdrivers, had that thing in about 50 pieces, and in about that moment, my father walks in the door. He said, you have 15 minutes to put that back together and have it working before you receive the biggest butt whooping of your life. By God, in 15 minutes, I had it back together and it was working, and I kept that thing for about 20 years. But same thing.
Awesome.
So
meanwhile, your dad's probably like, that's my boy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, it actually irritated him that I actually was able to get it back together in 15 minutes and it was working. He was so looking forward to just tearing into me, but he couldn't. So.
Got a question here from Roger. I don't know how you feel, guys. It just says, are you ever going to do another live stream like this again? I don't know about you guys, but to me, I'm picking up a vibe of you guys are all quite chilled out. I know there's a time zone difference, but you look quite chilled out, getting together and what have you. Is this something that you think you could do, periodically once a year or something like that again to get together and have a chat?
I'm all for it.
No. This is like the worst experience of our lives.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Horrible. No.
Just go ahead.
Yeah.
And, there you go. Yeah, just drop them down there. Yeah. There. Oh no! Hey, look, that's all that's left. We're the only one. That's one way.
Unbelievable.
Brady Bunch.
We got to get up at 3 in the morning again?
Yeah.
Boy.
It's taken a lot of work to get this little group of guys and girls together. It's taken a lot of work to do this, and I literally cannot thank you enough. I know that you guys are taking time out of your day and what have you to do this, and I think, truthfully, your fans are really benefiting from this. We've had over 320 people in here from pretty much minute go. Up until now, an hour and a half of chatting, and there's over 320 people in here absolutely enjoying themselves. So keep the questions coming, people. I know that these guys are enjoying themselves. I'm looking forward to hearing Henry's talk at some point. He may decide. I've got one of his feelings. Henry's going to be like one of these people that's just going to give us this big wealth of knowledge in about 30 words.
I gotta kind of make sure you guys hear me.
What, Bruce?
No, we can hear you.
It's getting better.
We can hear you.
Can you guys hear me
Yes,
at all?
sir.
Yeah.
All right,
Loud and
good.
clear, Henry.
So before I cut out, I just want to say one thing, okay? So, okay, good. I wanted to say that before I started my channel, I actually watched Musty and Taryl, and I love Junior and Slippers. Slippers is probably my favorite character, and Bruce Pender also.
Ooh.
And what I want to say is that I'm surprised that Donnie Boy hasn't accepted anybody's invitation to do a live stream, because I honestly, when I first started, I wanted to fix this snowblower, and one of his first videos that popped up on YouTube was a snowblower. And so I just thought that he was a very good teacher. And so I owe what I know to Donnie Boy. But I so appreciate the fact that, Mick, that you've included me with this group of fantastic heavy hitters. And I'm really humbled by it. I'm probably one of the only YouTubers on this group that has the least subscribers, but I'm slowly but surely gaining subscribers due to the content that I'm putting out. And listen, I wanted to ask you guys a question, okay, while I have you here.
That's how heavy
I know that,
hitter.
I don't want to get into Musty or anything like that, but because I think the world of Musty, and, well, I don't know. I've been thinking about what if a YouTuber got hacked? You know what I mean? And if you got hacked, that hacker could theoretically just go into your account and delete the 1,000 videos that I have that I've worked so hard for. And so have you guys ever thought about maybe backing up all your YouTube videos?
Yeah.
Because there's a thing on Google called Takedown or something, and you could actually archive every video you've ever made that's been broadcast on YouTube. And then you can save it like on an external hard drive or something.
Every single video I've ever released, Henry, I have backed up because as soon as you back it up onto YouTube or put it onto YouTube, that video no longer becomes your property. So every single video that I've ever done is on a hard drive on a separate system. So if it ever happens, I've got all my stuff backed up.
That is 13 years of video.
There you go.
Right there.
I started seeing.
Now I have a I got an 8 tetrabyte box down. No, what is it called? An 8 gigahool? Something. Yeah.
Gigahoo.
And no, I understand. I was, I got an 8 tetrabyte box down there or more, but this is how I started backing stuff up: is stripping old laptops and putting my YouTube video, not just the final YouTube, but all the 15 copies of it.
Cowboy, come.
Who's that on?
So
I don't have the
I got all mine on floppy disk.
I don't have. Yeah.
I actually do something.
I got a question
Because if
from
you make
Kids
a lot of
Legends.
videos, right?
He
Like for
wants to know
instance,
if Taryl, are they your real teeth or not? Yeah, they're real. Yeah, they're real.
Okay. Henry, go on. Sorry.
Go on, Henry.
Actually,
yeah, that's
answer
a real
is
teeth.
This show has gone to the dog.
I remember the first Taryl video.
Oh no, not at all. I was just putting my 2 cents in. I
point.
just recently bought an 8 terabyte external hard drive.
Me too.
And I think that maybe I'll try to do that takedown thing so I can back up every video. We all put in a lot of work, with the editing on the videos.
Cheers, mate.
So it's worthwhile to save it up,
I thought about storing Henry. I got to talk to you. I thought about storing my stuff online, but I'm just a little shy to do so. So I've got it's all here. It'd be a lot of work to put it back up online, wouldn't it?
Yeah, we're all set.
What's that plaque behind your head there, Bruce?
That is a present I got from Mick, because you know how you don't get the silver play button until you have 100,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
He built me one for 30,000.
There you go.
Well, there you go. That's cool as heck.
That's from Mick?
Yeah, yeah.
But Taryl has one of those.
Yeah, I sent it over to him. So I actually won it in a competition.
Bruce, that's a nice one. That costs over $100.
We got one of them hanging in the office here.
There you go.
I never got mine.
Steve, thank you for
you didn't get yours.
tip on that.
No, never got it.
Who didn't get one?
There you go. Taryl's got the real
I'm
thing.
almost there. Double wide stick. You're over 100, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm at 99 something. I'm real close.
Real close.
Yeah, man, it's like the biggest thing. I'm very looking forward to this.
I've been hanging 60 something thousand subscribers for a year. I don't know what's going on.
I haven't moved much either. I've only gone up about 3,000 subscribers in the last 8
But
months.
my views have gone up, but I ain't getting no subscribers.
Yes, and you'll notice. They've doubled up their views per video, right? They go bam, 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 bam. But is anybody making any different money than they were last year? I'm not.
I'm actually more, but I don't guess we're going to talk about that.
Yeah,
I will probably have my silver play button by about 2087 is when I'm going to get it.
Highlight 65 Ford's comment.
65 Ford, let me find it.
Bruce, did I blow up?
I had to go drop a Yule log.
Oh, here we go.
A Yule log.
Pinch a loaf.
How far up is that? How far up is that?
Your channel's really taking off
Not
in the last year.
it's not very far up.
So I'm really impressed with your success, Musty. I have to say, you plugged along and you'll work on anything, which is really impressive.
Well, that's the fun. Thank you. That's the fun part. Like I said, for me, if it's not fun for me to get into it, it's not going to be fun for somebody to view it, because if you're just going through the motions and making it, it loses all its. But if you get excited to it, people also feel that same thing. So I don't ask for viewers. I really don't even care about that part of it.
Right.
Subscribers and all. It's more, and YouTube really doesn't, I think, care about it too much either. I think if you watch, 90% of your viewers are not subscribers. It's who they suggest it to. So that's what's important.
Yeah.
Nice do.
What's that there?
Can I put in a plug for somebody?
A hair plug?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Or
Go
a
ahead.
drain plug.
Okay.
Well, you're not.
I'd like that.
You're not.
I've
You can
kinda
only
helped.
put in a plug for. You can
Right
you
after
can only put a
Charles.
plug in for me, Bruce. Bruce, you can only put a plug for me, and if you're going to buy me dinner and wine and dine me, apart from that, you're not putting no plugs in me.
You're on. I guess I
There's a
should.
joke there
Go on,
somewhere.
Bruce.
Yeah, there is. Well, I guess we're going to not get into that because everybody will want to plug somebody.
Steve
dear.
Smallings, what's the most beers you drank on one repair job?
Not many.
Whoa. Hang on, before we get any further, let's discuss how many beers you drank in last week's live stream. Let's discuss that.
Nick was absolutely pissed and drunk on our last live stream. I couldn't even. I felt bad. I was like, hey. To answer that question, okay, I don't drink nearly as much beer as I let on in my videos.
Good thing.
Like, honestly, I don't. If I'm doing a repair job for somebody who just brings, I'm not really a working shop. I do repairs for like family members and friends of friends, and that's about it. That's all I really do. So I don't drink when I'm doing work for other people like that. If I'm working on my own chainsaw or my own lawnmower, man, hey, I'm going to have a beer. That's kind of why I started Steve Small Engine Saloon and doing that beer thing, because I know that 95% of everybody who's watching my video is in their garage working on their weed eater or whatever, and they got a beer in their hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I just,
and I mean, obviously, you're not going to fix a chainsaw and drink a 6-pack of beer and then go out and use the chainsaw. Like I don't promote. You know,
Well, I think that's
comments.
well, Steve, yeah,
saying,
Steve,
hey, you know, you shouldn't be promoting that. Well, I'm not promoting going and falling a tree after you have 3 beers. Like I've never said anything
Steve,
like that.
I will say, Steve, that I am renowned, right? Or I like to think I'm renowned for keeping a nice, I'm coming, Zip, keeping a nice clean chip, right? I don't allow no more than 2 emojis, no capital letters in my chat, and no abuse that upsets people. For the past 3 weeks, right, since you came on my live stream, I had a full panel in those 3 weeks, and everybody, including Bruce, at 10:30 in the morning, was swigging beer.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember it. You don't remember it because you passed out under your workbench. That's why you don't remember that.
Okay, all of you guys are Easterners. All of you guys are Easterners compared to Steve. It's only 12:30 at his place.
Go on, Zip. Where you go?
It is 3:30 here. Okay, this is a question geared at the panel, but I want to start it with one of my experiences. The question is going to be, has something popped up on one of your videos or on the views of your videos that seemed way out of the ordinary, a video that typically doesn't get any views and all of a sudden starts getting a boatload of views, and you wonder why until you start searching around and you find out, oh, that's why.
Uh-huh.
Now my story. I have 4 videos, I think, of king midgets that have gotten like 50,000 views in the last month.
Yeah.
Whereas that none of them even broke the 1,000 mark prior to. So I wonder where that came from.
Yeah, I've been sharing
Algorithm.
There's a guy with a amphibious beaver video. The same thing happened to him. I wonder why.
Yeah. So, do any of you guys in the panel, have you had a similar situation where one of your videos is taken off because of someone else's channel?
No, not me.
I'm the winner. I'm the winner. I'm the winner.
I know directly.
So if anybody wants a video, let me know what your topic is, and see what I can do.
We'll get her posted. Yeah, that was just nuts. And I was talking to Miss Zippo about it, and I'm like, what? I couldn't understand what was going on. I'm like, why all of us? Because, it was voltage regulator, battery ignition, just the typical how do you repair this or that going on, which was the norm for every month's highest views. And then all of a sudden, all the first 4 results were my King Midget videos. Now that something's going on, I got to go look. And sure enough, Musty had picked up that rusted, clapped out King Midget, and everybody wanted to see what one looked like all in one piece.
I think YouTube kind of recommends it that way too. It's the same title, so it comes up in the sidebar for somebody who wants to go follow up on more of that.
Right,
kind of does a good play.
If you go over there and look at those videos and read down in the comments, you'll see from Musty, from Musty, from Musty, from Musty, from Musty.
Nice, eh? Isn't that nice?
Yeah. So
I like to do that to the
So
guys
you
that
owe
are.
him some money.
He's working my hard for me for it.
He paid me. He paid me well. He paid me.
I like to do that for the guys that are starting out. Donnie Boy 73 and Zippo helped me get going. And now I've been doing it for 8 years, and once in a while I'll run across a guy who has some interesting things. Like, I gotta say it, Dave Ackerman's got the longest driveway on earth, and he's pretty good with his hands, and interesting channel, and he wants to get to 1,000. That kind of thing, right? So plug to Dave Ackerman, sorry.
No.
Dave, great. I think Dave should have a bunch more subscribers.
Yeah, man, he's there.
Yeah.
Do you guys find it sometimes if you do that, though?
I just want to say something, if I may, is that
oh wow,
over the years, I've done just about anything in my life. I've worn a lot of hats.
Say again, Henry.
You got one on now.
You've got all of our attention, and you're being quiet.
And so I was a police officer, a flight attendant, a general manager for a restaurant. But I got to tell you, there's nothing like being your own boss. You know what I mean? Like running your own YouTube channel. You do whatever you want, whenever you want to do it. And I think it's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I agree.
It is.
I agree.
And if something happens to that channel, there's nobody to blame but yourself.
That's exactly right.
There's a question. There's a question there. It says, Taryl, if my mower dies, should I call the Mower Medic?
Yeah,
I
would.
Yeah. Darren started.
100% right. Yep.
Darren started to say something. We'll let him go.
I was just kind of wondering, like, sometimes what I find is, like, if you go to recommend somebody, and what happens is all of a sudden you get inundated with everybody wanting a shout out. People start mailing stuff to you. Everyone starts wanting to share in the channel, which is good in a way, but at some point it just gets so carried away that I ended up just kind of cutting all that out because you start, people feel like you're paying favorites to somebody else, and so you got to kind of, on my own level, I appreciate somebody sends something, but I try not to do shout outs for everything. I did that one time. It is a while ago, but it was like you would make nothing but a video of just shout outs to everybody, and you would try not to leave anybody else. So I just kind of had to go reward. I can't do that anymore. I just took over.
Please, everybody.
Yeah, but you're on a different level too, eh? Like you have literally 10 times the subscribers that the rest of us do. Maybe Taryl has a lot.
Well, I mean, I understand Darren's point, though. He can't shout everyone out.
Right.
He shouts everyone out. That's all his videos would be about.
Exactly.
What would just be that?
So you had to pull in and do just be real.
Yeah. Speaking of Darren, I have a whole bunch
and also.
Shut up,
awesome, Taryl.
Pardon? I didn't say what?
Yeah, I know. I screwed up. Speaking of, I've got I talked about sending stuff to people. I recently did a clean out on a gentleman who was my area's Volkswagen air-cooled guru, who made a bunch of really neat homemade fixtures for putting the head springs, the valve springs in the heads of your VW air-cooleds and stuff like that I thought you'd appreciate. So if you get a chance, shoot me an email. Give me your PO box. I'll send that to you. And I don't want to shout out. I don't care.
I got my Taryl mug. People wonder why I keep putting gas in it, but
I'll shout at you. I'll shout at you.
Okay. The other thing is also is that shout outs. They do some really good work in some respects, especially for the smaller channels. But at the end of the day, if you know that smaller channel has got to put the content out. It's got to make it realistic. It's got to be real. It's got to be accurate. You can't hide your mistakes, or people are just going to jump on you. So the best way to build a channel is do what you're doing now and try and network as much as you can with other channels. But also, you've got to do the footwork yourself. You've got to do the editing. You've got to do your thumbnail. You've got to produce the content. If you don't put it out regularly, then it's not going to happen.
Exactly.
Yep. Exactly.
And you just gotta keep at it. You know, like
thank you.
You know, people will contact me and say, "Man, I haven't had any increase. I haven't had any increase." And I'll just say, "Man, you just keep doing what you're doing. Maybe do a little more editing. You know, take out the background noise, stop the dog from barking, or turn off the radio, and increase the quality of your product, and you'll get the subscribers."
I think also, Bruce. I think number one for me is irrespective of any shout outs, right? Is you've got to have fun. It's got to be fun whilst you're doing this because if it becomes taxing, I need to get a video out this week. I haven't done a video this week, and you start getting stressed out of it. You're in the wrong game. This has got to be fun, and if you don't enjoy it, then I recommend not doing it. Apart from that, you've got to be thick-skinned as well.
Even when you stick that screwdriver up your fingernail.
I'll try doing a video a day.
Yeah, and you know, and I'll just say, well, my dad would say this is all right, Great Lakes. That looks like a girly one.
Rusty repairs.
Taryl gonna get wrecked.
But anyway, my dad would say it's only a 3 Band-Aid job. Keep going. You know. He's still with us, by the way.
Yeah.
88 years old, man. Talk to him today.
Whenever my wire brushes always catch me. If I'm wire brushing something,
I know that's
they always catch me. It doesn't. I had one right next to the other on the last video.
I saw that.
And if you're not slinging blood, you're not doing it right.
Okay. How many muffler burns have all of you guys gotten?
Oh, jeez.
Reaching over, right?
The only time I know I'm getting burned is when I smell burnt skin.
And that's why our hands. That's why they look like this, guys.
That's right. Those are creepy looking hands.
I remember you doing that video, Taryl, where you did it was like a bush hog video where you actually ground down the coil to make it fit the flywheel because it wasn't quite the right coil for it. But this machine, it had like a disc on the front, but it looked to me like half the disc was missing out the front, and you had a blade sticking out about 14 inches out the front of the machine. To me, you know, that was a work of art in itself to get it running. But my Lord, how you got away with your life on that one, I don't know.
Zippo's got an ankle cutter too, eh? That bush hog with the blade on the front.
Videos on older stuff because we found that like Muskie that people like that stuff.
They do.
Instead of just doing like how-tos on how to do a belt and do this. So that's how we're kind of doing more, trying to find old stuff to work on and resurrect because people like that old vintage stuff, it seems. And it gets
I think they really do. If it's a bit obscure and a bit interesting, you know, people tend to pick up on that straight away. Question for Henry, if you can hear us, Henry. Do you do a video every day? It seems you put a video out every single day of the week. So do you just do a video on the day and just bump it out, Henry, or what? It's coming.
Guess not.
A man of few words.
It's absolutely amazing that you think that you're going to run out of machines or you're going to run out of something to do, but I just have a ton of stuff, you know, to do, you know, every day that I can fix. So actually, I recently started scheduling my videos. So like if I'll go and do a carb clean on a snowblower one day, that'll be one video. And then, of course, I'm ahead of the game. So if it was an easy fix on a carb, for instance, like a quick and dirty, you know, I'll say, wow, I mean, that only took like an hour, you know. I've got like 4 or 5 other hours to go before my kids come home from school and it starts to get a little noisy and they need something. So I'll go and start on my next project. So that will be like 2 videos in a day, you know. So I'll edit it, make one video, and then because I've already had one video ready to go, I'll schedule it for the next day. Or like you guys say in England, scheduled, right? And then, of course, since I worked on that second one, I'm going to go and schedule it. So right now, because of the holidays, and I've had so many, of course, I videotape my sales too. I'll put the GoPro on the back of my van, and when I go somewhere to meet somebody to sell something, for instance, right? That's content right there of the actual transaction of selling the snowblower or the tractor or what have you, and then it gives people the perspective of who's buying these things, how much are you selling them for. Sometimes you watch the transaction itself, such as them trying to haggle. Like you got something listed for $250, you agree that you're going to meet somewhere, and then the guy's going, "How about I give you $100?" And I'm like, $100? What are you, crazy? You made me just load this thing, and I got to meet you over here. So you just get the low ballers and stuff, and people like watching actual transaction out of your van. Of course, they don't really know that you're taping, but I'm doing like a time lapse, you know. But recently, because I know the holidays are coming, you're going to take a few days off. But as of today, I'm up to about 79 consecutive videos. So I'm out there every day without a day off. Wow. Only because, like you said, Nick, if you don't enjoy what you do, why do it? You know what I mean? And I know you guys echo those words as well. But I'm one of the only guys out there that actually quit my full-time job to be a YouTuber, because it's always been something. I've always worked for the man, you know, and I don't want to work for the man. I want to be the man, you know. I want to work for myself, and everything I do, and like you guys said, if you fail, it's your fault. But if you do well, then you can pat yourself on the back, you know, and you can only be out there hustling and grinding every day. And, you know, I'm 52 years old, and people would say, "Hey, how do you quit your job, man? I mean, you can't, you're 52. Yeah. There's no way you can, you know, what are you going to do for a living, you know?" Well, my hope is it's more important for me to do something that I enjoy rather than working for the man all the time. And look, I don't have to be super rich. If you can live with what you have, that's all you do. But to make funny, interesting content is kind of important for me. I kind of look up to all you guys, because you guys have been my inspiration on what to do, how to do it, the right way to do it. You know what I mean? And well, I mean, like I said, I was just really humbled by the invitation to be with you guys, because I've looked up to all you guys for quite a long time, and I hope that you know, I can throw a little bit of a twist into my videos, and everybody has their own. Everybody's a little bit different, but we're just working on the same machines. But it makes it interesting for everybody, you know. And I think it's fantastic that we have a whole group of such great wrenchers, all in a small engine arena, to be together and talk shop, you know. And we all have our unique subscribers that follow us no matter what we do. And it's interesting that.
I think you're right, Henry. But when you say that, we'll do our own little thing and make ourselves different and individual. There's one lot that make themselves completely individual to everybody else I've ever seen on this planet. Talk about going the whole hog. So I have a question for you, Grass Rats. Obviously, you don't wear your get up when you're doing your Monday to Friday jobs whilst you're wrenching.
I bet you it takes them all. You know, it takes them all week to do that.
Yeah, I brought a mower in there, and those guys they have those outfits on. That's them.
It must take a lot of work for you guys to get into character. Number one. And then to produce the film and do the work. That must be a lot of work for you guys.
We're professional.
It comes easy, really. Everything's easy, Mick, when you're a professional.
Trained professional. Okay, so what amazes me is that there's people in here that are full-time small engine guys, right? And there's other guys in here that are what I call backyard self-taught small engine mechanics. And isn't that something that we're all here doing a different thing? And
you know what they call them in England? Backyardas, mate.
Out of a shed. Like out here we got more room out here. You can put a few bucks together and build a garage, and you got room left over in the garage in the yard to have a lawn. You know, so we're pretty lucky out here.
In Canada,
Mick's got a big yard for his area.
That's why he's recording.
Oh, definitely, yeah, definitely.
Because he's rich.
I'm quite privileged. Well, it's not that I'm rich. I still owe the money on the house. I haven't paid for it yet. But I'm quite lucky. Where was beforehand? I couldn't do what I do now. So I am lucky. But for me, this is just my little get out because my son's got additional needs. You know, this is where I come just to relax and just to chill out. You know,
well, I think if you smell around,
we call that a man cave.
Yeah, but if you look around, I think that the majority of the guys on YouTube, especially not just us, but all around, they have a story to tell about something in their life that's very, very large and traumatic. And I think this YouTube thing is an input and also an outlet. And a lot of guys, you know, like you look around, they're truly people that understand. There's no judgment. There's no but there's no judgment on the way you look, on the way you act, on when we keep it clean. There's no judgment on anything, you know. I love it.
I mean, someone did mention earlier on in the chat, where is Musty? And for those who not Musty, where is Donny Boy? And for those who do know Donny Boy, they all know the reason why he's not here. Donny Boy for personal reasons.
I got his phone.
Yeah, for personal reasons, Donny Boy couldn't commit to it, and that's all I'm saying on the matter. But there are 2 or 3 people on the panel that actually know the reason why, and I'm not going to divulge that. So he would have done it if he could have made it.
Aren't his videos beautiful? Like when he does a chainsaw oiler circuit or something like that, and he's got that, and he's alone. This is the Donny Boy production, right? And
I'll be right back. I got a mooch neighbor that needs some money. That's the God's honest truth. That's where I'm going. I'll be right back.
Oh God. Anyway, Donny Boy 73's videos are pristinely perfect, and like he was a college instructor for small engines. You know, beautiful. Falling asleep?
Musty,
There's a question for you, Musty.
Do you sleep beside your motorbike?
I do have a lineup upstairs that not in the house, at the shop. But I do have a nice little setup with carpets and everything, and they're all kind of laid out in a little private man cave that nobody gets to see.
Right. Isn't it great?
Everybody needs one. Everybody has to have a spot.
A question
like
that.
Some guys don't.
Question for Steve. Steve, are you working at a shop or do you work for yourself?
I work for myself now, just with YouTube and doing the odd jobs here and there for everybody. You know, I don't advertise or anything to get jobs coming in. Right. But I worked at Walker's Saw Shop on Vancouver Island.
You can tell.
There, that's the last shop I actually worked for. And it got to the slow season, where I was like, hey, nothing's going on here anyway. And so I just he delayed me off because it was slow, and I never went back. And that was, I don't know, like last year, I guess. Yeah. So no, right now I don't actually work for, what did Henry say? Work for the man. I don't work for the man anymore.
Well, I worked for the man for 34 years.
Hey, I will say this though. My boss, John Walker, when I worked at Walker's Saw Shop, nothing the man about him. He was the most unbelievable boss I've ever had in my life, and I have worked at a lot of shops.
You're just sucking up.
No. Well,
is he related to Cordell? Is he related to Cordell Walker? Texas
I think he is. Yes, Walker is a very rare name. That's true. So they probably are related somehow, yeah.
Yeah, that's Cordell Walker, Texas Ranger.
Cordell? You're talking about Walker, the Texas Ranger?
Yeah.
I didn't know that was his first name in the show.
Cordell Walker. Cordell Walker.
Oh, I didn't know that. I knew it was Walker's Texas Ranger, but
that's right. That's
an awesome show. Are you kidding me?
Wow.
Well,
I worked out. Chuck Norris wears a hat.
He needs. He's on the straight
down from him.
He needs an Etsy store or something.
Yeah, I think he's going to be starting up a store on eBay to sell all that stuff.
Right.
Is he really?
Got a lot of action figures to unload.
Cool.
Well,
all garbage.
I worked out of the back of a pickup truck for 34 years with one of those fiberglass shells, and my shop still shows it today because 90% of my tools are still in those beach toolboxes. You know, I'm slowly working them over to toolboxes with slides because I'm still used to getting the toolbox that says grinding stuff and then taking it out, using it, putting it back. Electrical stuff, take that toolbox out, put it back. Because then when you're working out of a pickup truck, you can't spread stuff out. And I've still got 8 or 9 big, heavy toolboxes that I've migrated from my work truck to home. I got to get them out of there. I got to get them into real toolboxes like Zippo's big green man there. He's got
Zippo's big green giant.
Big green giant.
Well, I will say, just going back to Donny Boy, Bruce, you were saying that his videos are fantastic and what have you. I would just like to say, Bruce, that your videos are fantastic too. I've never done a YouTube channel this side of 2020 that shows more images of the floor or ceiling for 20 minutes or longer.
All right, hold on. I got to answer this. It's Donny Boy. No.
I don't cut all that out either because that's the beauty of YouTube, right? I get into trouble. I get tunnel vision, man, and I forget the camera's on. And I work on that trouble. You know, that's what YouTube is to me.
Oh, it definitely happens. I did a video just the other week, and I was about 25 minutes in. I got one of those Rode wireless mic things that I attached to my shirt, and I can be about 30 meters away from the camera. It's absolutely brilliant. The only downside to it is if you forget to turn it on, when you plug it all in, you can record for about 20 minutes, and you've got no audio at all, and you completely wasted about 20 minutes of your time.
Been there, done that.
Oh, yeah, we all have, eh? Yeah. So, or somebody shows up to pick up a machine and you don't turn the camera off and you've got a half hour of discussion in the background with the camera facing at a bolt.
Or you just don't turn the camera on to begin with.
Who was saying that? Musty, you were saying that from now, when I get into the garage, now I turn the camera on and I turn it off when I leave the garage. And it makes editing a bitch. But you've got that, hi Bob. You've got that. You've got everything there. If it's on the camera.
Pete's got a question for Bob, and William is saying double wide 6. You're awfully quiet. The problem with Bob is once he gets going, you can't shut him up. That's the problem. Pete Froud is saying, Bob, have you got a lot?
Question, Pete.
Pete Froud is saying, Bob, do you have any snow where you are at the moment?
Yeah, we got hammered with snow. I was recently I sold a bunch of snow blowers and I fixed a bunch of snow blowers. And most of the snow blowers that I fixed, these people, they just left fuel in them, so it's carburetor issues. They're pretty easy. I had a great week, to say the least, and I did a fair amount of plowing. I even plowed over someone's mailbox. So, usual week for me.
Oh,
Can't do any good deeds without getting punished. You know, you try and
Now, Bob,
help.
Bob, you're in Maryland, right?
Yeah, I wish. I'm in Pennsylvania, Taryl.
Pennsylvania.
You're in Pennsylvania. You're in Upper Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Allentown area, Eastern PA.
Oh, okay.
I know where that's at.
Yeah, Billy Joel wrote a song about.
Yeah, we're good friends. We got it. He actually was in Bethlehem, and he wrote a song about Allentown, from what I hear.
Mm-hmm.
So how much snow did you get? About a foot, 2 foot?
Yeah, they were calling for anywhere from 18 to 24 inches. We got closer to like 14, maybe 12. So it went a little bit north of us. So.
Just a nice day. Just a nice day. Hey, just a nice day in Alberta.
Oh yeah, you guys get a lot of snow. Get a lot of snow in Alberta.
You know, we get it off and on. I saw that.
I saw that. Sneaky.
Okay, we have snow on the ground from November till the end of April. It comes and goes because we do get the warm winds off the mountains. But right now the ground is frozen down 6 inches already. Right? So I do a frost heave video every year where I've got that water post in my garage. I do a frost heave video, and in the summer that stand for my water is above the ground 3 inches, and by the end of the winter it's below ground 3 inches because the rest of the ground, because that's down under frost. And
there's not a lot to do in Alberta, is there?
Oh no, it's beautiful. We got Banff. We've got Banff.
We're going to watch snow melt.
The rivers flow hard. The rivers flow hard.
Is it?
Yeah, it's great. But that's why you know that I go to Mexico every winter. Not this year. But we go to Mexico.
What part of Mexico?
Puerto Vallarta, north of there in Nuevo.
Oh, I've been there.
Yes, that beach is 7 miles long,
Yeah.
Around the end of the bay. And my wife and I have worked our whole lives and spent less money than we've made because I never made $30 an hour in anything. And we just paid off a little old house, and now we're living the life.
So do you have a place in Puerto Vallarta?
We rent. We've had the chance to buy, but I really don't want to take what's left of my humanly assets and invest it in a foreign country.
So how long do you stay down there?
3 months or more now.
And what months are those? In the wintertime?
Yeah, January, February, and March. And now next year, if COVID's gone, we're going to go December, January, February, March. Christmas down there is a riot.
Yeah, I was there. It was nice. I liked Puerto Vallarta. It was very nice.
Yes, and
Bruce, who's that fella you met down there in your last visit? It was someone out of Gold Diggers or something, wasn't it?
I don't know. But anyway, I take my metal detector down and I scoop the beach every morning.
And what'd you find?
I thought
horseshoes, bottle tabs, beer caps.
Tecumseh carburetor.
And I've got 300 pesos to take. I've got 300 pesos to take back down.
Nick's got to kick himself out of the channel now. He said it. There you go.
Yeah, kick him off.
He said the word.
But we love it, and we started going down years ago to the all-inclusives. Where you go down for 2 weeks and you jam a year's worth of partying into 2 weeks, and then you come home. Now we can kind of make it more relaxing, and we just go down for 3 months. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
I do.
He still got the jet ski.
I do.
I thought you, Bruce, when you was last down there, I thought you met that fella. I can't remember his name. He's got long blonde hair, and he was in like Gold Diggers or something out in Alaska.
Tony Beats from Gold Rush. Yes.
Yeah.
No, yeah. You don't want to piss that guy. You don't want to piss that guy off, man. He is
Viking.
He's a self-made man. He came over from Holland at the age of 16 and worked in a milk farm in Sycamoose, BC. And he decided he didn't want to milk cows for the rest of his life and went up north and bought an old cat and started sluicing gold. And now he is a legend all over the world. He's quite a guy. Quite a guy. He's a hero. He's a hero of mine.
Did he give me any gold?
Yeah. I told him about my YouTube channel, and he says, "Doesn't matter what you do as long as it ends up in your pocket."
And then he pried the gold teeth out of your mouth.
I've got a question there from Hayes Machinery. He wants to know, Taryl, who come up with the idea of Taryl Fixes All?
Right here, Slip Dog.
Slip Dog.
Slip Dog.
So
he named the channel. He named
Slip Dog. What was the thinking behind that?
Just want to do some fun stuff.
He's a man short of words.
Just want to have a fun time with these guys. Show off their skills. Show you what it's like hanging out in the lawnmower shop every day. It's awesome. I love
You
it.
notice he said show off their skills. He didn't say show off our skills.
I don't know. You see the build video.
Got another question here. Got another question here, and it says, "Who has ever bought or fixed a small engine whilst they've been on vacation?" And I think Henry is definitely probably in that class. Without a doubt, Henry goes somewhere and fix something whilst being out on vacation.
I don't think I know of a vacation I've gone on where I haven't dragged one home.
I think one time I did go up to Canada. By the way, I love Canada, even though sometimes in my videos I do say, or the way they say down, you know, but I absolutely love Canada. And it's too bad that, you know, with COVID and stuff, they've closed the border, because I have so far gone to Canada, Montreal for skiing, right? Every year during Christmas. And so right now, technically I should be up in near the Toronto area and Montreal skiing, but they've closed the border to the stinking Americans who are sickly, you know. But there was one time where I did go up on vacation and I did fix like my cousin's lawnmower that didn't start, you know. So if you have the knowledge, you almost feel like it's rewarding if this guy is struggling and he hasn't used his lawnmower in like 3 weeks because it wouldn't start, and you come over there and you just fix it in 5 minutes and it works. You know, it's rewarding for you, because to me it really wasn't a big deal, but to him it's like, wow, now I don't have to go and call somebody, you know what I mean? So and I've been on vacation a lot, being that I was a flight attendant for 23 years, you know, seeing the world. And getting back to what Bruce said about Calgary, man, Calgary is cold. I mean, I got out of the airport one time after getting off a plane. It was 31 degrees below zero. The minute I left the airport, the sliding doors opened. I took my first breath of Alberta, 31 degrees below, and I went, the lungs are just not used to that kind of, you know, frigid cold, you know. But an absolutely beautiful country, because it's Banff, you said earlier, right? Banff. BAMF. Badass.
Well, I went to Turkey 2 years ago, and there was an oldish Turkish gentleman. They were the lawn care guys, and they were cutting the grass, and he had this Honda. I don't know what type it was, and he was struggling to start it. And they were all gathering around it, trying to take turns, pull the pull cord. And Mrs. P said to me, "Are you not going to go over there and give him a hand?" I just said, "The bar opens in 5 minutes. If you think I'm going over there, you've got another thing coming, right? It's not happening. I'm on holiday."
They all use the Honda equipment down in Mexico too.
Yeah,
You'd be surprised.
Yeah, no, definitely. Have you fixed anything on holiday, Zip?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I got to tell you, those Hondas are hard to work on, though.
You got to respect something that doesn't have 8 gaskets on the carburetor.
Yeah. Hey, do you think they use Hondas in
You got to
China?
hold them all together at one time.
Yeah, Dave Ackerman taught me a trick.
I rented a houseboat and was on a pretty big lake and made it about, I don't know, half a mile out of the slip with it. And the 70 horse Johnson just fell on its face and died. And I got in there and found out just a blown fuse, and was actually able to just pull a single strand of wire out and tack it to get it running enough to take it back in so that they could put a fuse in it. But I didn't want to overload it in case there was something wrong, which is why I pulled a single strand, because it was just a little 5 amp, tiny little 5 amp glass fuse.
That'll work.
Whatever.
Very good, Pete.
Yeah, you get stuck on the water. Well, Darren, I'm sure you've gotten stuck on the water once or twice when you
never. There's a video I think of. I got the Chris Craft, that kit boat, that 55 Chris Craft, and it's an old one. And we're tooling around with my wife, and she's like first time out on the boat, and we're about halfway back, and she's, "You sure you got gas, right?" I go, "No," and right then the boat runs out of gas. So I paid for that one a little bit. She's a trooper.
So what about you, Mr. Mower Medic? Have you ever been out and about on your travels and decided to help a damsel in distress when they've broken something down? Or
Oh, sure. Why not? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Not me. When I'm away, I'm away.
There you go.
Every time I go see my folks, my dad's got me a pile of stuff to work on.
Exactly.
The biggest problem is I always find when I go on vacation and something breaks down, I'm normally too drunk to fix anything. I can't normally see, so when I'm on vacation, I'm on vacation. You know what I mean? In fact, the last time I went on vacation, they were serving this god-awful Turkish beer, and Mrs. P said to me, "You are aware they do free cocktails with the all-inclusive deal, don't you?" I said, "No, really?" So she said, "Yeah, you can get free cocktails." So when the bar opened at 8:30 in the morning, I was drunk by 9:30. I couldn't swim by 10, and I was passed out by 11. I'm not fixing no machines. No way.
You know, I was gonna work on they had a second Honda at the condo in Mexico, and I was gonna work on it, and I just got a feeling that I might be treading on somebody else's turf, you know, because you're in another country and jobs are very, very hard to get. And so I just backed off, you know. I wasn't sure. But normally around here, if somebody's broke down on the highway, or if there's, you know, if somebody's stuck or whatever, my wife calls me the road ranger. I'll stop and risk my life of getting robbed or whatever if it's a hoax, and I'll get right in there and take somebody's fuel filter out and put it back together again to get them going or whatever.
Thanks for that.
Yeah, good on you. So,
I believe
so I've got a
what
question.
comes around goes around, Bruce. You do something good for somebody like that, something good is going to happen to you now.
I believe that, yeah.
I absolutely believe that the universe will balance itself out.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow you're going to get that kind of karma.
Well, I would agree, Steve, but I've been helping people out for years, and last week I fell off a ladder, so I've got to disagree with you there.
Just because you were too drunk, mate.
Yeah, probably.
One thing I do is every one of my neighbors gets a free repair.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to help your neighbors.
Because I don't have a business license.
I have a karma.
And if they're all happy, nobody phones the city.
Oh, keep your neighbors happy.
You got to have
I have a karma admission. Apparently, I've done something right in this universe, because some of my friends have pooled together and bought me a complete running king midget.
Oh, fantastic.
Is that real new?
Real.
Hey, you should make a video of that.
Yeah, well, I will. It's not here, but I was dumbfounded. I was like, "You guys are nuts. There is no," I said, no, you can't do that. Like, well, we're doing it.
Go get it.
So,
Nice.
So in Canada, you got to have a business license?
Well, I'm right in a neighborhood, eh? So yeah, you have to be approved and all that stuff. So I don't have to have a business license to run the YouTube channel, but if I'm fixing stuff in the garage, they want you to have a business license.
Again in Indiana, ain't got to have one.
And you only need three wheels on your car.
Shut up.
Right, Zippo?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And is your name Zippo? Are you one of the Marx brothers? There was Ralph, Harpo.
Well, the reason I'm named Zippo is because of the lighter. And we were talking about how everybody got their names and never got around to me. Zippo Varga is Georgie Blaisdell hired an artist by the name of Vargas with an S at the end of it. And so when it came time to pick a name on YouTube, I was like, well, let's see if this works. I did the same thing that everybody else did. Let's see if this works. Let's see if this works. Then I hit Zippo Varga and it worked. And I was like, done deal.
Okay, I'm changing the name of my channel this week, actually.
Oh, really?
Well, my family Facebook is the same name, right?
Cookie.
And we're getting way too much overflow into the Facebook channel for the family. So I think I'm just going to call it Bruce's Shop. I actually Googled Bruce's Shop, but just to find a video, and it looked good. My shop was there. I take a lot of care in the shop, and it means a lot to me. So if there isn't somebody else called Bruce's Shop, I think that's what it's going to be. I'll keep the existing subscribers, and if somebody is Googling something, snowblower starts and stalls, it'll just come to me anyway. I don't think it'll affect me that badly. What do you guys think? Is there something else you can think of?
No, I don't think it will. I think people will find you no problem, Bruce.
I'm kind of stressed about it, but I think it would work. I got to get my last name off there.
I think you should call it Bruce's Micks Mowers Shop. See how that works out for you.
Might work out good for you.
Yeah, it's my actual name is
Bruce's Mowers and Blowers.
Yeah, that's good.
How about Mrs. P's husband?
Yes.
Yeah.
Then everybody will wind up at Mix's place.
Yeah, that's cute.
Both of you got Mrs. P.
Yeah, so I don't know. I got to get my last name off there, and then I can start a separate Facebook page to match up. But okay, all you guys got Facebook pages that match your YouTube. How in the hell do you find the time to run all that? Like I can hardly keep up with my YouTube channel. Right?
I put an automatic reply to any messages that I
Bruce, it's easy, man. Especially with Instagram.
My email.
When you have Instagram, you can also link it to your Twitter or your Facebook. So it's like you post once and you get all three.
Remember now, I'm old enough. I'm probably.
And by the way, there's more than one Bruce Pender on Instagram because I looked you up.
My friends are all my age or older, and they go, "What's a YouTube?" Right? And my nieces and nephews are, "Oh, it's so cool, Uncle Bruce, you got a YouTube channel." So there's an age thing.
Okay, Henry. I think Henry is watching the live stream on YouTube. That's why he's so delayed. But if you go over to StreamYard, you'll be right on time.
Got a question there from Wobbly
I think
Wobbly.
my internet's just really slow.
Yeah, I think you got about a 10-second lag, Henry. Have any of you guys ever sold something and the person you sold it to has actually watched the repair video that you did on it?
Yeah.
It's fun. Yeah. Some of them don't like the comments.
Actually, as it goes, what I like to do is I generally record all of my repairs anyway as a benefit. So when the customer says, "Oh, this is broken down, blah blah blah," you haven't done this, I can say, "There's a link. Go and watch it. Whilst you're there, subscribe, give me a thumbs up. Be much appreciated." So I try and cover my bum by doing a recording of it anyway. Oh!
Bob's beating the dog.
the big hand of Bob.
That dog is really coming through, Bob.
For the last 2 weeks. Then they went again. They went away to Florida. They didn't even they called over here and they were like, "We're going to Florida," and they're like, "You're watching Cookie," and we didn't even know it. The dog's here another week. Whatever.
The dog's there for another week.
It sounds to me like that dog just got a serious helping of double wide six.
Yeah. Love you, bro. She needs some good Dutch discipline.
Yes.
Hey, I've got another. How many people have worked on someone's piece of equipment for years and have taken care of them, and then when they either go buy a new one or they move somewhere like a condo where they don't need it anymore, do they call you up and say, "Here,
come get it"?
Yep.
Yeah.
You can have it."
I get that.
You bet.
I don't want it no more. You can have it.
Yeah.
Isn't that fantastic?
Yeah, it is.
All the time.
Yeah.
I end up with several riders that way.
Nice.
Yeah. I got a question there from Victor. He says,
On
do
the
you
flip
think
side,
every
though, let's say
engine...
you work on something you feel obligated to fix it every time it breaks down, you know?
Yes,
Yes.
I do.
Especially when they abuse it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I got a question from Victor. Do you think every engine
Yeah.
is going... Where'd that go back? Going to be Chinese in 10 years, electric?
No.
Ooh, it's a toughie.
Yeah, everything's going electric. I just got my latest. It's in the trailer. Just got my latest Green Industry Pros magazine, and more and more electric stuff in there. And then I bought a new car recently, and the dealer told me in 10 years you probably won't be able to buy a car that's gasoline powered. In 10 years.
But what about out here? The distances are crazy. Like, my wife's mom is 8 hours away.
They
So
don't
if you-
care about her.
If you went in an electric car and had the heater going, you wouldn't get 100 miles, 160 clicks, and you'd have to stop at a coffee shop, plug it into a big, station, and guzzle coffee for 3 hours until your car's at 80%, and it would take you a day and a half to drive that far.
Except
And,
they don't care about Canada. That's what they
yeah, I know they don't care about Canada.
What about people in Canada? They go, we don't care about it.
And Mr. Tesla, what's that guy? Tesla, the owner,
Elon
Musk. He actually said that the Earth's power grid is going to have to double in the next 15 years if everybody has an electric car. My cul-de-sac
they want to have electric cars in the next 5 years. 20% of them is required.
Yeah, but the poor guy, some poor guy in another second world country is not going to have an electric car.
Well, you'll still be able to buy a used car. They're just saying when you go to buy a new car in the next 10 years, you're not going to be able to buy one that's gasoline powered. That's what they told me.
And I'm all for it. I'm even all for electric ride-on tractors, but they have to run for more than 45 minutes or half an hour. You got to have that battery.
I can see a video coming from Musty where he's going to get a petrol car and he's going to weld one of them big wind turbines on the back of it to power itself. It would be like 885 feet up in the air. It'd be completely electric, but it won't be to go under no tunnels or bridges or nothing. It'd be a good video, right, Musty?
I'm in.
Anybody who's taken technology has always studied the perpetual motion machine, right? Like it gives back enough energy to keep it going.
Musty is the type who's going to make a gaserator out of a wood-burning stove and reclaim the hydrogen so he can keep running his combustion engine.
I don't think the combustion engine's dead. I think it's going to be around for a long time. California is having rolling brownouts now. They can't even keep up with the power they need now. And so until that gets up to speed, I don't see that happening.
So, I live in an oil and gas area in Alberta, Canada. It's kind of like Canada's Texas. And Pennsylvania, too, right? We're going back.
Yeah.
And we're doing clean hydrogen dripping off of the... there's background noise. Clean hydrogen dripping off of the natural gas, and then they're re-injecting the carbon back down the hole. So now Alberta's spending billions of dollars on hydrogen and water out of the tailpipe. I love that.
Yeah.
Be right back. Somebody.
Quiet out there.
I think it's going to be a mix. I think we'll have some electric, some hydrogen, some gas products. I think, big trucks, they're still going to need to be able to run all day long and get across the country, especially areas where there's no power source. Mid-America, you even Pennsylvania, you drive through the center of Pennsylvania, you see cornfields for an hour and a half, 2 hours before you see anything. We can go stop and plug into the corn. It's just not there yet.
And the 747 would have to have nothing but batteries on board.
Solar panels.
Well,
Steve, I'm getting.
If you look at
Steve,
China,
I'm getting a bit of feedback
where they have
off of you, Steve.
the most people are in China, and that's where they're working on these cars. There's the X10, there's Neo, there's all these new cars, and even Tesla's selling 40% of the cars in China. But the government in China is working with Neo. And their big thing is to have cars that have replaceable batteries. So just like your cell phone, when your car runs out of batteries, in 4 minutes, you can have a complete battery replacement. So the idea is to try and sell a battery-powered car that they also, like your cell phone, they sell you a plan that you don't own the battery. So the battery is like 10 grand. So now you can get a car, you can drive it, and then pull into a station, and in 3 or 4 minutes, you change your battery and you have a new one. But you don't actually own the battery. The battery is owned by the company, but you own a subscription to the battery service. And that seems to be the model that's going to move ahead with these EVs.
Right.
I would like to see on the EVs, I'd like to see, because all of the power sources I worked on, you guys know.
Sounds like a good idea.
Nice hat.
Oh yeah.
I worked on redundant. I worked on redundant power systems, and I think these cars should also have an A and a B source. So when you're halfway to where you're going, your heater won't work on the car anymore because it's getting cold. You hit and then you're back out again. I'd like to see that.
I just took my certification in Stratton because I have to do that every year. And they have a battery that you can repair. And it's a battery that's going to be able to go into all this equipment that we're all talking about. And they're actually making it for the military for those 6-wheel Argos.
Right.
That's battery powered.
Mm-hmm.
So they can stealthily go into areas, and it's all remote controlled.
Wow.
And they're also making that battery for these it's all indoor stuff, like those ride-on concrete finishers that you sit there and ride on, so you can it's not gas powered, so I ain't got to worry about the fumes, and it's quiet. So all this battery stuff is all moving forward, whether you like it or not. They're all forward. It's all going forward.
Yeah, I'd say 10 to 15 years. Like I was just talking to my buddy, I was saying, is it going to, in 15 years, are you going to have a commercial riding mower that's all battery powered? And we argued about that.
That was in that my green and red pros today. The 1-0 turn they had said that the battery was good for 8 hours. It would you'd be able to mow with it for 8 hours before it went dead.
That's a long time.
I'll be 80,
Steve,
so I'd love to have that when I'm 80.
Steve, I'm getting a bit of feedback off of your channel, mate. I don't know if you got a phone too close to your microphone or something's going on, buddy. If you want to drop down, I'll put the link back. I think it's still the same, mate.
Who's that?
I don't know what it is, mate. I'll put the link in the chat for you, Steve. You drop out and refresh it or something, come back in, then try that, buddy boy.
Who did?
Yeah,
I'll put the link back in there for you, Steve. There you go, buddy. You can come back in a bit and try again.
They make a paint that's a solar paint. You can paint a car with it, and it'll turn anywhere that's painted into a solar panel. I don't know how far along that's coming along, but that's something that we're working on too.
Like that. That's a good idea.
That's it. That's done it, Steve. I think.
Yeah, nothing changed. That's really strange.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it is just StreamYards.
Yeah. You noticed my hat though, right?
Oh, I love that hat. I wish I had.
Oh, it's a lovely hat.
I'm too.
I don't know
cheap.
where I got this from. I don't know who this cat is.
I'm too cheap to actually go to Taryl's and buy a hat. So Junior sent me some stickers and stuff. So I just walk around town like that right there. I get some strange looks, but get the word out.
Am I the only guy with no merch?
Yes, you are. It's about time you. It's about time you sort something out, Bruce.
That's how tight I am, man. No merch. No merch.
Bob,
Musty, do you
Bob,
have
have
merch?
you got any merch? Bob, have you got merchandise?
Personally, no, but I have Taryl coffee cups. You don't want to drink out of them, though.
I just film stuff and put it out. That's all I do.
Bob, have you got any merchandise?
Well, I made some shirts, but I didn't sell them.
Oh yeah.
I got shirts, and I got about 50 of them. I just gave them away to all my friends. I don't have time to sell them.
Now wait.
You have friends? You have friends?
Bob, I thought we were friends.
Sure. You got to send me your dress. I'll send you a shirt. I got about 10 extras.
Those are nice stickers, bud. Those are nice. Oh, I know you 10 seconds before you're going to hear me.
Exactly. These are actually holographic stickers. I get them from Sticker Mule, and it's really pretty cheap. If you order like 100 of them or something like that, it really is very affordable. And a lot of my subscribers, they like them because they'll put them on their toolbox or something. And I've got a saying on my channel, if something breaks, like that engine has a blown connecting rod, I'll say, "That engine is Dunsky." And so it's kind of just followed me around with the Dunsky, And stickers is great because if you think about it, they're paying you, right? They're paying you to advertise for you. Same logic with the t-shirts and hats, whatever, and I think it's wonderful because they just want to feel like that they're supporting their favorite YouTuber. You know what I mean? So it's great.
Yeah, I don't have any merch. But now that I'm changing my name, I think Bruce shop with a young guy in a beard would look good.
Bob, stop breathing in.
Stop breathing.
Okay, so gentlemen, as much as it pains me, okay, I got to call it a night because I don't want to keep you guys busy all night long. Despite the fact that I'm having so much fun up here, it is 9:30 at night here, and I do have a gorgeous wife who's going to go and look into caring for people in the hospital who suffer with COVID. So my wife is a healthcare assistant that takes care of people who are sick. But I would just like to say thank you very much to everybody that has come up on the Micks Mowers show tonight. It's been one of those occasions where I just cannot believe that this little group of small engine people have come together just to chill out, have a beer, relax, and just chew the fat for a little while. We've been holding at about 300 numbers steady throughout the entire stream, dropping down to about 270. I think the fans have absolutely enjoyed themselves, had a whale of a time, and got a lot more out of this, and I think you guys have got out of it altogether. So I would like to thank you very much for coming up. Don't go anywhere just yet. I'm going to pause the stream, and we'll have a little lock-in for 2 or 3 minutes. But thank you very much for coming in. For those, go on, Zip. Away you go, mate. You want to say something?
Yeah, there was a question way up in there that each one of us has our kind of outro phase or phrase.
Okay.
Why don't we do that? Everybody that heads out.
So let's start with Bob. What is your outro phrase?
Yeah, thanks for watching. That's about it.
That is it. That is it.
Mr. Musty One?
Hey, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.
There you go.
That was beautiful. I love it. Sounded just like you.
Mower Medic 1. We'll see you on the next one.
That's good.
There's your dinner.
Boring. Thanks for watching.
Wait 10 seconds. It's coming.
See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers.
All right.
Yeah. Steve out.
And don't forget, take her easy.
Right.
So thank you, everybody, for coming up on the Micks Mowers show. Thank you to everyone in the panel. I'm not going to name you all because there's far too many of you. I do appreciate all you do for supporting all of these channels that we've got up on the panel. It's been a fantastic night. I think you've got to agree. And hopefully... Oh, sorry. Crap. Sorry.
Bring the neighborhood Zippo. I promise you guys I will be on the next one. Later. I'm out.
Right.
Sorry. I'm so sorry, Zip. It's because you started talking first. I thought I'd done you. Anyway,
Yeah, sure.
sorry, Mussy, don't stir it. So thank you very much, people. If ever any of you guys want to do a collaboration video again, a live stream, I'm happy to host it. Or if you want me to come up onto your panels and do something, I'm happy to educate anyone who wants to do a live stream like this and to sort of just chew the fat. This has been fantastic. And on the run up to Christmas with the COVID and all the bad stuff going around, I think you really have cheered up over 300 people plus in a space of about 2.5 hours. It's been a fantastic stream. So thank you very much for joining me. I will just sign the panel off now, and then all the people will disappear in the chat. And then when the clock goes grey above my head there, the live stream will finish. So thank you very much for watching. I look forward to your next episode. Take it easy.
Appreciate it, everybody.